Live. What's happening, people? Big up. End of season review, end of season special. This is everyone's a pundit episode 75. We are there again, and man, it's been a good day for football. Well, for some people, we're gonna get some thoughts. We welcome a Leicester City fan to the podcast for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever.
We need a drum roll. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
He's do that again. Let's get this a bit more elegant.
Don't worry, we're
the first time ever.
We're gonna give him a chance to introduce himself. Yeah. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like. Everybody coming in today, please hit that like button, man. It's something that we don't focus enough on. So please hit the like button. And then we're going to get into it today. Let me let my people introduce themselves. You know me already. I'm your host. I'm Semps from Views TV Official. But let's introduce my guests. We'll get to Patrick in a minute because we know that he needs to come
forget me.
Please introduce yourself, Neil.
Sergio Aguero in the building. Sorry.
Is it just me? You just said this backstage. Is it Sergio Aguero? I don't see it. Legit.
You look like Sergio Aguero today, but my eyes aren't deceiving me.
For those of you that are just listening, he does look a little bit like Sergio Aguero, you know. I'm not even gonna lie. He does.
I'm gonna get a trim soon. If that's
take it. Like, Sergio is bagging Latino things. So
introduce yourself, Neil. Let them know.
Anyway, what's good, guys? My name's Neil. I run a show along with a few other guys and Beyond the 90 LCFC. Just doing Leicester City content, which is normally I'm normally the positive dude, and everybody slates me, especially when we lose. I was like, okay, I can always find the positive in things. This is one of the days where we just got to kind of eat humble pie a little bit, and we've been humble, but it is what it is. I mean, but anyway, before we get into that, thanks for having me, guys. No, I appreciate it, and shout out to Daps as well.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on, man. Obviously, it's a difficult day for you, so we appreciate you still taking the time out and appearing. Big up yourself. And yes, you heard him already. You heard him already. Does he even need an introduction? Go on, introduce yourself.
You know what I was actually going to say as well. Neil, put some respect on your channel's name. Neil also, has an official relationship with the Liverpool. Sorry, not the Liverpool. The Leicester female football team's main channel, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So we were the first one. No, I appreciate that, Daps. But we're the first YouTube channel to start doing Leicester City women's content. We got in touch with the club, and then we're doing like interviews and stuff on our end. So if you're interested in that, head on over because we're in the Super League. We're in the equivalent of the Premiership next season. So it's gonna be a fun time for Leicester City. It's never easy, as you can probably tell by today. We'll get into that in a bit, but it's a good one.
So did Leicester get promoted to the WSL this season?
Mm-hmm. Just this season.
Brilliant, wicked. That's been it's been a kind of good season for Leicester City all round then, you know. But
it has, but this result is just like salt in the wound. We'll get there in 3 days, but now it's just raw.
Yep. Daps, introduce yourself, please.
So it's DJ Daps, the host from Never a Foul. I'm a City fan. I'm happy. It's been a great day for football. The fans back. The fact that every game for the first time this season was on at the same time was lovely. However, we're all a bit sad that Chelsea and Liverpool got Champions League football. So, however, it isn't just me here today. I'm here. However, we also have, I'm going to swing it that way, and he's going to jump in the camera any second.
Yeah, it was working so well backstage, you know, people. It was working so well backstage.
It was until he let someone else in.
There you go.
Yeah. Myself, Soups. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan. On the Never Fell platform. Big up Mazza. Mazza's here as well, special guest.
Mazza, shout out, Mazza. Shout out. Big up. And then we'll head over.
Who do you support, Mazza? Let us know, man. We need to You need to get a feel for.
I'm Arsenal, bruv. I'm a Gooner, bruv.
Flipping out, man.
So Patrick,
It was going so well until then.
this is the main host from the Arsenal Way, our Arsenal channel.
I know Patrick talking with his chest higher, bruv, and his biceps out. Who you supporting, bruv? Who you supporting, bruv? Talk up the things. Who you supporting?
I'm Spurs. You should know that. Come on, you should know that.
How do you feel about that, bruv? Have you ever seen them win a trophy, bruv? You look kind of young. How about that?
Here we go.
No, he hasn't. No grey hairs. He hasn't seen no trophies, bruv. Don't know about that Wembley Way walk and that. Don't know about that. Said, don't know about Green Man. Don't know he's like
early shots, boy. Let me get my intro in first. Jeez.
So hold on, just quickly, Semps. Now you can understand why I am the way I am. Yeah, this is my best man at my wedding, so you can kind of understand.
Smoke season, mate. Smoke season, mate.
Let's get Pat in. Pat, please introduce yourself.
What's happening, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyron, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, that represents T. Let's go.
Let's go. We need to start this stream now because we are on a tight schedule. We got loads of people to speak to today. We're gonna add in Dash. Dash was late as well.
Come on.
Today. Introduce yourself, please. Dash, introduce yourself so we can get things popping, please.
What's good, people? It's your boy Dashifi Dash, Mr. A Dash of Sports in the building, still representing hard. El Jefe in We Trust.
Yeah, gosh, all right. Let's keep it moving now. Anyway, Neil, you are the man of the moment. You support Leicester City.
Really not, bruv. It's not the man of any moment at the moment, but no, I get you.
Leicester City have had an absolute mare towards the end of the season, but how would you say that your season has been? As a Leicester City fan, how would you summarize your season? Because you've won the FA Cup, something you've not done before, but then you've obviously dropped out of the Champions League. What sort of has it been, man?
So overall, it's the word I'm going to use is progression, and we've progressed up and up over the last couple of years or so, like at the moment. However, just because of that, I'm still raw from that loss. Like it's still hurting just because of multiple things we'll probably get into in a bit. But this season has been great. I mean, certain players have come out and really upped their game. They've really come out and so Youri Tielemans this season, a lot of the squad that I didn't think they would perform to certain levels have come up massive levels. So overall, it's been a great season. Obviously, winning an FA Cup is massive for us, for our teams. And if you guys watch the FA Cup, you saw how much it means to the fans. It means a massive amount. However, I'm just a bit down at the moment. You know what it is when your team loses, especially with the magnitude of what this was. But it is what it is. We move, and we'll get back to it in about 3 days' time, where we're properly introduced to that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall this season, the word I want to say is progression, because we have progressed in lots of different ways. You're muted, mate.
Sorry about that. Would you have taken Champions League football over winning the FA Cup at the start of the season?
Do you know what? The answer is yes. However, we could have done both. And that's the most important thing. The fact that we were this close to doing both of them was probably the most annoying thing. And I've had this question for about 3 months now. And I was like, well, why can't we do both? We're in a good position. It turns out we couldn't. But if that's the case, you're going to remember the trophy. And this means a lot to the Leicester people, especially the older ones that, as you guys know, it means a lot to them. However, we would have taken the FA Cup and a Europa League, because that's still a decent position. And we'll see what happens from there, because it's going to be a long summer. We've got some decent transfers coming, and we trust in the manager. But there's just a few things definitely to iron out, because this is the kind of thing that separates like a world-class manager or a fantastic manager from where Brendan Rodgers is. It's these little bits, little movements that we need to get right at the moment. But with time, and we'll get there. And that's what I'm thinking.
Pat, did you want to ask Neil anything regarding that, what he just said there about Brendan Rodgers?
Neil, I've been calling Brendan Rodgers Brendan Bottlejob Rodgers. And it's basically
that's rich coming from a Tottenham fan, bro. I can't take it from anybody but a Tottenham fan.
Nah, come on, like, I mean, to be fair, like you lot had a chance to mend it today. If you lot won, it would have been in your own hands, regardless of what happened. And last season, you bottled it towards the end of the year. This year, you bottled it on the last day.
What do you define as bottling? Because we still finished 5th, and that's still A, higher than you, man. B, we've only been in the Premier League since 2014. And C, the thing is, right, if we bottled it, we're still progressing year on year. The problem is with we were also in a final like yourself. We won it, you didn't. So which one bottles in that sense?
That's true, but we've been called bottle jobs. Tottenham have been called bottle jobs since. The thing is, Leicester get an easy ride, and this is my point. I think for me, you did bottle it. You've been in the Champions League position all season. And then to fall out at the end, and this is no shade because I really like Leicester, and I said it to you earlier, Neil. I really wanted you lot to do it. It's just a shame that how the chips fell. You had to play yours on the last day. If it was any other team, you would have probably won it and boom. But of course, because you're playing Tottenham, of course, I want my team to win it. So I was torn between two places, so to speak. But yeah, I feel because you threw it away on the last day of the season and you've been in there all year, for me, that is a bottle job. And it's just like, without being cheeky, because obviously people might think I'm being cheeky, but I'm really not. Do you feel Brendan Rodgers has that in him, or do you think that, like you were saying, it's progression and you'll take it?
I mean, if you compare it to last year, we got Europa League, and this year we got Europa League and a trophy. So it is progression in the right way. I mean, we are building towards them. And if you look at certain things, I mean, I can see your points, and I definitely agree, because at some instances when we were looking at it going, right, there's certain matches we should have won and we didn't. We've beaten all the big top 6 this year. And we've also lost, I think, to all the top 6 this year as well, apart from Man United. But we're there and thereabouts. It's just getting there slowly. And when you've got a young squad, they're going to have days off. And that's the thing. And today was one of them situations where it didn't work. And that's going to happen. You can't expect miracles out of them. Fofana's hit the ground running, which has been fantastic. He goes off injured. But Söyüncü has had a decent season. Tielemans is only 20. A lot of these players are only 23, 24. And when that's going to happen, Leicester gives the opportunity to go, okay, you're going to fail, but that's going to happen. And so, yeah, it's not great. I'm going to be honest. And I'm not happy that we've dropped out of Europa League. We've dropped out of Champions League spots because of our own doing. But at the same time, you just got to lie in your bed. But I think overall, you could be labelled a bottle job, but you've won a trophy. So surely can't bottle anything if you've won a trophy.
DC's got a trophy out of it.
Yeah.
Spurs ain't got nothing out of it.
Sorry, say that again, lads.
My point is, this is the thing. I'm not even trying to be cheeky. I know people are going to try and throw shots, but the fact is, Leicester were at home, and Leicester were a better team than Tottenham. So, in respects to being a bottle job, that is bottling it, isn't it? They should have won that game and seen it through. So that's where I was coming from. Just to add some context to my point.
No, you're right. We should have, but we didn't, and that's what separates a top team from where we are at the moment. We're moving towards there as progression, but we're not there yet.
We're gonna add Beaks to the stream. People, Beaks, introduce yourself, please.
It's your boy Beaks, and we're back in the building. Yo, listen, shout out to everyone on the panel. Love for having me back on Semps. Big up Patrick. Big up the man them in the cart. You get me? Yeah, bro. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday, fam. You get me?
Yeah, man. We're gonna get your views quickly in a minute, Beaks, because I know you got to shoot off. But Daps, how are you feeling, man? Manchester City fan. You lot won the league, won it in style. How are you feeling about things?
Well, we won the league a few weeks ago still, so today wasn't about that. Today was about the fact that Rooney's record got smashed, yeah? And just to take the piss, he added one more just to say, shut up to Martial. I'll play minimal games and still score as many goals as you in a season. So I'm good, bro.
I don't really think that Martial, like, why you're even looking at Martial, though, like...
Because is it
really that important to you, that? Is it that important? Man, bringing up Martial, you know?
To you, man, he's very important.
Not really. He's had a poor season. Simple as that. You know?
At least you admit it, so cool. Well, I'll take that. You said he had a poor season. But I'm good. I was also very good that I saw Chelsea look weak today because their passing was atrocious, and that gives me a little bit of confidence going into the Champions League. So, and let's be real, it was nice to see Aguero go out with 2 goals. So,
yeah. Did anyone catch?
But the sprinkles on top would have been if Chelsea and Leicester got Champions League football. I mean, I would rather West Ham were in the mix, to be honest, because I don't want to see Chelsea or Liverpool in the Champions League, if I'm being 100. But
yeah. So what I was going to say is, did anyone watch the Chelsea game? Obviously, I was watching.
Yeah, I did. We did still.
Yeah, we watched it. We did watch it.
Were they
So
paused?
how are you feeling about the final now then, after seeing that Chelsea performance?
First half, Chelsea were they warmed into it, and first half it was a lot of Chelsea. They looked quite good first half, but then second half, their passing was just wayward. Like it was, and Villa just started coming out on Grealish started flowing properly, and Chelsea were having problems. Like being 100, Chelsea were passing the ball waywardly in. Not even under pressure.
They missed a lot of chances as well, didn't they? Chelsea.
Yeah, Werner was offside as well. Surprise.
Shock.
But no, it gives me...
Water's wet, all that.
It does give me hope, but the fact is they've won a Champions League. We haven't. Mind games and all of that. But watching the way they played today makes me think...
Slap season.
Okay. I feel a lot more confident than I did 2 weeks ago, so...
Beaks, what do you think about Brendan Rodgers? We've had Neil speak, and he says Brendan Rodgers, and they haven't really bottled it because they did win a trophy this season. Something that we're trying to do with Ollie. How do you think it's looking for Brendan Rodgers?
You know what? Yeah, like obviously everyone's had their two pieces to it. What I will say, like, see with Brendan, yeah, like. This thing, right, with Brendan, I'm not gonna lie, he slightly bottled it, bruv. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not gonna butter it, right? Bruv, he was in there for a long time, bruv. I don't know, 200 plus days, bruv. That's some like WWE title thing, isn't it? So, fam, so if you're holding that for a long time and you're slipping out of that and the last day, bruv, that's a bit peak. You understand? However, what I will say to that is that Leicester fans are not gonna see it like that, because that wasn't really. It's not in Leicester's nature to say, yeah, we're going to try go for the Champions League. They won a trophy. For them, it's progression. They're still in Europe. Obviously, it's Europa League, and you know, with the rest of us, like obviously with the likes of Man City, Man United, Liverpool, where Champions League is a standard, isn't it? You understand what I'm saying? For Leicester, it's like a kind of like a bonus, isn't it? But it is, bruv. Brendan did bottle it. That's 2 seasons in a row. Donny's got to get questioned, isn't it? You get what I'm saying? Yes, you man won the FA Cup. That's all lovely and that parade and that, you get me, little flowers and balloons and them things there, innit? But with Champions League, you need that competition there, innit? Brendan come in to get you to a next level. Yes, he won you a trophy, but now you need a little bit of European pedigree. And obviously 2 seasons on a bounce is a bit peak, bro. Like I'm a bit worried for Brendan. You know them ones there, paracetamol and them things you gotta be taking tonight. You know But we got to keep it moving. That's my 2 things on Brendan, innit? But hold tight him, bro. You get me? You got to relax, bro. You get me?
And a word on Ollie, because we're going into a Europa League final next week. How important do you think it is for Ollie to win a trophy or win this trophy?
Look, it's important for these man, innit? Like I done told you and Patrick the other time I was on. I said, man's not gonna be watching Europa League, innit? Yeah, like, man, I ain't really got time for that. But that's me. Like obviously bantering and stunning for these man, innit? On who are watching and whatnot. But let me be real. It's a trophy, because if we were 5th, every man would be saying we need this trophy. You understand what I'm saying? Us finishing 2nd, it's still we're in a position, we're in a final. We might as well just go for it. You understand what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then we need to be winning this. Like Ollie, bruv, there's pressure on him, bruv. You don't win this, hey, you're gonna be ending up like Brendan right now. Get me? And Brendan actually won a trophy. You know them things there. So that's a little bit less pressure off him. So Ollie's got a lot to do. I was a bit concerned of the form that we were, going into that final, brother. I know we won today, but that's not the team that's gonna be starting on Wednesday. Let's be real, innit? You get me?
Yeah.
Well, it's still a bit of a sticky one. Like I want this team to do well. I want the players to have a taste of actually winning the trophy and saying, look, let's kick on from it. You understand what I'm saying? It would be good for Ollie. It would be good. For the fans, do fans really care about it too tough? Bruv, let's be real, man. Like, it's Europa League, innit? That's not our standard, innit? But obviously, certain man will say it's still a trophy. Kudos to them. But for me, bruv, man's not really trying to do like bus parades and that for Europa League. It's good for the players and the manager, but obviously, man, want better in it. Let's keep it real.
We need to do better, man. We need to do better. Dash, we've not heard from you yet. You came in late. That's why.
Yeah,
you're in the sin bin.
I was in a sin bin. I felt like I was in the jailhouse right about now.
What are you saying, though, man? How you doing? How did you think the final day of the season went?
It went exactly the way I wanted it to go. You know, I didn't want Arsenal to finish in 7th place in that Conference Europa League business, going out to Ibiza and Gibraltar, playing games, Malia and them places there. Nah, so it worked out fine for me. I know there's a load of Arsenal fans that were going for this St. Tottenham Day and stuff like that. Obviously, me and Pat were having our banters and our DMs and stuff like that. But yeah, for me, you know, from where we've come from this season and how we've ended the season, just gives a little bit of insight to maybe how things can change, especially from, well, let's say from January on to the end of the season. Some may say, you know, because we're coming toward the end, not many things are to be there to play for, and we're now performing. It's a bit of a smoke screen, but I'm just hoping that we can get the additional players that we need for next season and then push on. But in general, like, you know, it was good to see, like Cap said, it was good to see the fans in the stadium. It was good to see, like, you know, it's a little bit of spice at the end in regards to this Tottenham Arsenal business and everything else, and people's Champions League and final positions. But all in all, just I'm glad that the season's over now, man.
But did you want to finish higher than Tottenham, though, even if it meant getting that Europa?
No.
Really? Because surely that's one thing you have over them.
It's our season doesn't depend on Tottenham. That doesn't mean anything to me in regards to finishing above Spurs. He's muted. Pat wants to say something, so let him speak. Go on, Pat.
Unmute you, Pat. There you go.
Yeah. I'm saying he's being a politician right now. He's not being honest.
Pat,
this
Pat,
is
be real.
answer.
Pat, be real. Be real. Did I care about finishing above you guys? No, man. I didn't want to finish in that that Conference Europa League. It's just a hindrance. It will be something that I feel like being out of Europe at the moment allows Arteta more time with the squad. It allows us to really figure things out. We really need to press the reset button. So us finishing above Spurs, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? We're not in a Champions League. We're not going for the league. So that's not a trophy. And if that's a trophy to Spurs, then hey, I'm guessing they'll be doing a parade on the Tottenham High Road next week. Apart from that, it means nothing.
Am I muted or am I on?
No, you're there. You're there. You can speak.
Imagine the cheek of these Arsenal fans. They made St. Tottenham's Day, by the way. It's not our thing.
Of course, it's a banner. It's banner for us. This is what you don't understand.
It's a day you lot made.
Listen, yeah, it's banter for us. The joke, we created a joke. If we want to take the joke away, we take the joke away. But you don't take it serious. We come to North London. We come to North London and took over. And you've been salty ever since. So we want to joke about it, innit? But just get your trophy game up, innit? Just get your trophy game up.
That's how you paper over it. It's cool. It's all right.
Look what you started, Neil. Look what you started.
In all honesty, we've had a poor season. And if we're talking about whether North London's red or white, North London is dead. So there's no point of us Arsenal fans and Spurs fans arguing over who's going to finish, on top of the other. We've been performing rubbish. It's been a poor season, and we just for Arsenal, we've got bigger fish to fry rather than thinking about finishing above Tottenham.
Let me go over to Never a Foul, because we got an Arsenal fan in there that had a lot of energy.
We got two Arsenal fans with energy.
Okay,
now.
What are they saying? Are they upset that they didn't finish above Spurs? What are they saying?
Not at all, bruv. Man don't want to finish in that conference dead thing, bruv. Leave that to them Spurs, man, bruv. You get me? The only time when we finish above Spurs, we win things, innit? You know what I mean? When they finish above us, I don't know. Ask him, innit? 6 years, we won. He's on mute. But even if he wasn't on mute, he still wouldn't be able to say
he's not on mute. He's not on mute. He's not on mute.
He's just like, you know what? Mute me.
Listen, Pat has got nothing. Pat's got nothing to say right now.
No, I do have something to say, because the thing is, you lot were waiting in the wings, hoping you'd finish above us, even though it meant nothing. It meant nothing.
I think they were.
We had fans in the stadium holding up St. Tottenham's. We were losing 2-1. there's pictures of fans in the stadium holding up a banner celebrating it. So
no, the thing is,
so you can't then turn
the
around
added
and say,
bonus, the added bonus to the day was the fact that if we finish above you. Apart from that, it doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't. But I would have never heard.
Do you know why?
I would have never heard the end of it if you did.
Do you know why? Of course you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have because of
so you can't turn around.
All right, listen to the context. Listen to the context. You would have heard. You would have heard the end of it because Pat. You would have heard the end of it because of where we've been this season. You lot were apparently competing for the league. You was doing all of this Jose Mourinho business. You was dissing us for being 10th, and we were pretty much finishing in around the same type of positions anyway. So you're closer to us, who have been shagging all season. So if we leapfrogged you, of course there would have been a battle. But you asked me whether or not I deem it important to finish above you, or would I have been happy? That doesn't mean anything. It does. We didn't win no trophies this season. We didn't do nothing. Don't mean shit.
All right, we're gonna move on. I'm sure we'll get more into some Arsenal and Tottenham talk throughout this stream. Neil, you're gonna have to blurt soon. Can you unmute yourself? What's the goal for Leicester next season? Let us know.
The main goal next season, that's a good one. I'm not sure. Because at the end of the day, compared to you guys, we've not really got a squad that's that big outside the beginning 11. So we've been trying to compete on all fronts. Brendan Rodgers has been trying to play the same 11, and it really messed us up to the point where I think we were down to like 16 outfield players at one point. And that really screwed us. We bottled together and we're like, right, okay, let's try and get up now. And the issue is, the thing is to try and upgrade what we did this year. So FA Cup FA Cup, we got us the Europa League.
No, I rate him. I rate him as coach.
No, sorry. Let's mute then because too much noise in their background. Carry on, Neil.
Yeah, so the FA Cup. So some maybe not even some kind of silverware, but something like we're competing on them higher levels. So you look at the likes of like we've beaten these top teams before. So if we can do that again, but pick up points against the bottom teams. And if we get 4 or 5 extra points and this season happens again, I mean, then we're up towards the 70 points, and that should get us Champions League football. Nobody ever knows, but with this team, it's about, next year they're going to be that year bigger because of the experience. Like Tielemans come on leaps and bounds this one year. You've got players like Ndidi who will come on leaps and bounds as well. And I think overall, it's still been a good season, all things considered, but that one just hurt because we knew Chelsea lost. If we just got a 2-1, set up shop, then we're in the Champions League final, and it's up to us to win, and that's what hurts the most. So I'll be fine in 3 days or so because obviously a trophy's sick and they'll have a parade, as you were saying, and that. But yeah, it's just one of them hard pills to swallow. And again, because we knew the rhetoric is going to go bottle job, and you're right to say that. But again, we've got a trophy, but it does offset because this was just handed to us on a plate and we didn't take it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I know Never a Foul have to shoot off. Never a Foul, what did you want to say? I know you have something to say.
I just wanted to say sensational year for views, but just a real quick question for Patrick. Patrick, what top have you got on today?
Hold on, Pat. Go through, Pat. Pat, you need to unmute yourself because Pat, unmute yourself.
I bet they won more trophies.
There you go, Pat.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So shout out to Supply Shirts. They sent me this shirt.
I know you're doing them. You're doing them.
And this is the club's called Racing. They're an Argentinian club in the top division.
Okay, nice. The badge reminded me of Atletico's a little bit, and I wasn't sure if you were doing it because Trippier's picked up a trophy at last.
No.
Sorry, Patrick, had to. Sorry, but yeah.
Imagine he does that, then leaves.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Fuck off.
But enjoy the Conference League, innit? And pick up your £10 and that, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Hey, Sam, keep yourself free Tuesday at 9. We need to preview the final on Wednesday.
All right, then, man. We'll chat.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Big up, man.
Big up, Never a Foul. Big up, Never a Foul, man.
Big up, boys, man.
Beaks, I know you have to run as well, Beaks. Beaks, I know you got to run. What's the final words on United season, on or the season as a whole? On the season as a whole, man. What do you think about this season?
you know what? Yeah, like I never thought I'd come to this point where I have to give some credit to Oli and you know them ones there. Should have been better, you know. It should have been, but I'm a man. Look, I'm not really here to be stunting and whatnot. I gotta give him credit like that. You know, he did his thing. Fam, like obviously he's got to win Europa League. If he don't, that man's gonna come with some Kane mask or whatever. I'm ready to ride out, man. So whoever's to ride out with me, let me know when it. But Europa League's there, G. But fam, look, we did all right. Second and that, just about scraped it. So yeah, it is what it is. As for the rest of the league, look, Chelsea just about got top four. Unlucky Leicester. Don't worry. I actually think that you man will, you know, slowly build on and do your thing. Spurs, I don't know what manager you're gonna get. Ryan Mason and them things that I don't know, bruv. I don't know, bruv. Man's moving like I don't even. How can man be their manager, bruv? That's so mad, bro. Like, man's
29, man. And I don't mean to ban to Spurs, but 29, man. I've never seen a manager that young.
Yeah,
he should be cleaning boots and that.
It don't make sense to me, bruv. Like I look at him like he's my boy from school and that. Like, yo, what's good, G? All right, yeah, man. Just managing.
It's substitute teacher vibes. That's what it is.
It don't make sense. Arsenal, yeah. Look, yeah. We leave it to there, fam. Arsenal is long, man. Like I think you know what? I'll be real. Yeah. Arsenal getting no European football could be a blessing in disguise.
I telling you.
I hope not, because man, I really want you, man, to fail. If
you want us to shake,
Yeah, that's what I want that. But if we're being real, I actually think it could be a blessing in disguise. However, your managers are Arteta. You know them ones there. If you man want to progress in that, I actually don't think he's the way forward in it. And eventually, you man will clock. Because all this thing of trusting the process and that, it's all long, fam. I'm not gonna lie.
It's deeper than rap, man. It's deeper than rap.
Exactly. So yeah, man, that's my 2 pence on that. Also, the man them that got relegated, I don't even know who you man are. What Fulham and them things there, innit? Alright, cool, man. It's long for them, man. Look, the rest of the league, kudos, enjoy. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Semps, love for having me on. We need to work together a bit more. Patrick, I'm gonna holler at you as well. Yo, Neil, we need to do something as well. I need to chat to you about Leicester. I love these, you know, clubs that are doing their thing. Big up West Ham as well, because obviously man's from Newham and that. European football and that. Arsenal, yeah, look, just go drink some Magnum and them things there. It is what it is. Hey, I'm gonna be signing out. Big up the man them in the cup, man.
Yes, bro. Always love.
Cheers, man.
Love.
Neil, you've got to sign out as well, isn't it? Please.
Yeah, I've got to go, guys. I don't think I've got too much else to add apart from at the moment, because that's kind of the what's going on at the moment. But yeah, love to work with you more in the future. I'll be sick. Obviously, we've got some stuff planned for the summer, but we're still trying to figure out. We're just trying to get to the end of the season. You know how busy it's been with all content and that, trying to get stuff sorted. But anyway, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been great chatting with you, and hopefully, we'll do some stuff in the future.
Definitely, man. We'll link up.
Blessings.
Nice one, man. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Yeah. Been great having you on.
And then we've enter Liverpool fan. Enter Liverpool. It's like this tag team just jumps in. What are you saying, Si? What are you saying, man? Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, just Saeed Cole, an absolutely massive Liverpool fan. Happy man right now. Like, yeah, so proud of the boys, which is, you know, strange that we come third, but still, I'm very happy that we made it, man, and comfortably as well.
It is mad. Pat, did you want to? I'll let you have the floor for a little while.
Si, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate you being on here. How would you sum up your season, Si?
It's been a shit season. I wanted COVID to abolish the season and complete reset. But yeah, I suppose we salvaged some pride towards the end. Certainly our last 9 games. But yeah, I'm glad that at least we finished respectably. I didn't think we'll finish third. I thought that was a massive shock. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next season now.
I thought you would be a little bit more upbeat, boy. Like
I know.
you
I'm
lot
gonna
weren't
come and talk it up.
Yeah, you lot weren't even looking to even finish fourth at one place, and then you've come and actually finished third. I understand from your position, you were
it's
champions
perspective.
before,
Yeah,
and then now but I think it's been a bloody good end to the season for Liverpool, man. Something I didn't expect, I have to be honest.
yeah. We sort of scraped it and sort of stumbled, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the win. I'm happy, that it's Champions League first and foremost. But I'm just shocked, I guess. It hasn't really sunk in that we're third, like we finished third. And 5 points off
I'll spin
United.
I'll spin it this way. That Alisson header for me was one of the moments of the season. And I think that's when I thought, you know what, like Sem said, then you just know it's written that Liverpool are getting Champions League football. So these moments they're like once in a lifetime moments. For Alisson to come up, there was no movement whatsoever. The glance of the head, everything about it was just majestic. So for us as a Liverpool fan watching, thinking you're going to draw that game, how did you take us back to that moment?
Oh, mate, that game there, I won't lie. I actually, even my missus was crying. Like I actually, I was actually I think I shed a bit of a tear. I'm not even gonna lie. It was just weird. It was such.
Right, you was crying too.
Yeah. I had I was a bit emotional.
Hey, these Liverpool fans are wet wipes. Come on.
Yeah.
You treated it like a Champions League final.
I'll take that. You know what? The emotion that I felt that game, was close, very close to Istanbul. Like that comeback, that 3-0. I know Pat, you won't know about that, but that comeback.
Stop it.
It was moving.
You see how you got obviously the two defenders obviously in the January window. To you, does it show like how important it is to have the squad ready? And do you think that Jurgen Klopp made a mistake by not adding those additional players in the summer?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think that was definitely clear to see. I thought when Lovren went, I thought we should have signed someone, whether it be an understudy of some sort. So it was a massive mistake. I knew you always thought Fabinho could do a job there. And another, if I'm going to throw shade at maybe Jurgen, was I kind of wish he kind of did this sooner. Because if you think about it, these defenders are clearly average, but they're certainly better than midfielders playing there. And the last 9 games tells you that. And I almost think that the games that we was losing at home on a bounce, I just wonder if we played defenders, could we at least captured a bit more points from them? So I do think maybe you should have had a bit of trust in them sooner rather than later.
That's what I was saying to Torch. That's what I was saying to Torch is, you had defenders out, but there were other problems that I could see. Do you know what I mean? And one of them was consistently playing Fabinho and then man at centre back. You would have been better off trusting the younger or whoever you could put there, and then just trying to go heavy in midfield as best as 100%. You could.
I mean, again, our fortune changed when Fabinho went in the middle of the park. I think a lot of people were throwing shade at Thiago, and his talent's undisputed. But I think when Fabinho or Henderson wasn't there, he's happened to do work that he's never done before. Like when our fullbacks bomb forward, he's supposed to slip in. That's not his natural game. As soon as Fabinho went back in the middle of the park, now we're seeing the influence that Thiago now has on the game. And I just think that's the only great area I thought if maybe Jurgen saw that sooner. But hindsight, as they say, is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Jason, we enter Mr. Jason Alex. Introduce yourself, Jason.
Yes, your boy, Mr. Jason Alex, Mr. Boom Bam Bing, Mr. Come On.
Come on,
energy. Come on, Jason. What are you saying, Jason, about the end of the season for you, man?
Boy, it is what it is, isn't it? I did say either 8th or 7th. We got 8th. Is what it is, man. I didn't watch the game. I had to take my son back home, so I missed it. I heard like radio commentary. That's how I had to deal with football today, man. But yeah, man, been a shit season. I mean, I think Dash covered it all, man. We got so much work to do. this summer. Like, it's gonna be crucial, man. Recruitment, who we get out, who we get in. You know.
What are you saying about the conference thing? Did you want to finish there?
You know something, right? Like, I'm in a couple of Arsenal groups, and a couple of men were saying that they don't want it and all that. I'm like, you know, if we get it, just send the kids to play it, man. Send the kids to play it.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's your shaking his head.
It don't always work like that, because you got to remember you're still gonna have to throw some experienced man in there. That's obviously gonna have to travel. So the fact that Arteta will still have to be involved in that, where I just want him to solely concentrate on just fixing this team without the like getting into that Conference League, and then win. If you win it, it's just pushing you up to Europa League and stuff like that. It's really nothing for us to be distracted over. You know what I'm saying? I understand clearly, because now it's going to be a situation where our youngers are gonna get limited game time and stuff like that. But I just really feel that we just need to be in a position to really reset, man. And I go back to like the teams like Liverpool, who were out of Europe as well at one point in time. Chelsea were also out of Europe. Obviously, their squads were completely different to ours, but it just allows you to reset, man. And I'm hoping, because I don't know, you don't know what these things. I'm just hoping that the time that we are out of Europe, we can do that.
No, fair enough. I just thought, you know, if we do get it, just send the youths out there to play, man. I understand what you mean. It takes Arteta's mindset away from concentrating on the league, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hear both ends of the arguments.
I've actually got a question for you, Pat. So, say you lot go and win the conference thing now. Is that classed as a trophy? Are you happy with that? Like,
you know what? This is actually a funny thing, because it's a brand new thing, isn't it? So you can't ask me. You have to ask the consensus.
Sam,
I would
ask him if they don't win it, is that even worse?
You ask him that, Dash. Ask him directly. You got the floor.
Is there pressure to win it?
It depends who the manager is first and foremost. Until I know who the manager is and what his stance is, because he might come in and say, "Yeah, I'm taking everything seriously," and then if he does, then yeah, we should go and win it. If he doesn't, and he puts out kids and young bucks in it, then it is what it is. They're getting experience, but do we go and win it? I need to see.
You ain't got no young bucks. You ain't got no young bucks. But
what are you talking about? Of course, we got young bucks. Like, what kind of silly question is that? We got lots of quality.
I didn't ask you a question. I just said you ain't got no young bucks.
What kind of statement is that then? It's a statement. But yeah, no. So it depends who the manager is. Until I know who the manager is and what their philosophy is, then I don't know. But is it a trophy? I don't know. I've never heard of this thing until a couple of months ago. Do you know what I mean?
Let me say something. Yeah. Let me say something. Yeah.
Well, I can't really have Arsenal fans bantering us about it, because at the end of the day, we finished above. For me, and this is what I was saying listen. Let me finish first. What I was saying in my Spurs groups and to everyone was, let us win our game, which we did. Finish as high as we can, and then let the rest take care of itself. I'm not trying to go out here and lose games to throw away league positions. For me, that doesn't make sense.
We didn't lose.
No, but for us, we would have had to lose our game to then obviously let you lot finish above us. I'm not out here trying to lose.
I understand that, but
it is what it is, isn't it?
What I was going to say is they asked if it counts as a trophy. For me personally, yeah, any competition you enter during the season, yeah, if you win it, it counts, innit?
There you go.
So the pressure would be on top to win that.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Yeah, the pressure is to win it now. You're in a competition. You have not won a trophy for 20 years, and you need to win a trophy. So going into 20
years. So come on,
sorry, 15 years. So you haven't won in 15 years. So you're in a competition. So the pressure is to. You are Tottenham. So you're saying about the manager and this, like Tottenham, who are in need of a trophy, who are playing against Malia, Bifa, Magaluf, these teams there, yeah, Gibraltar. You have to win this. It's
I'm really confused how Arsenal fans have got the front to come on here today and chuck it. Like, you don't should just
because we won trophies.
I really don't get it. Something.
You're in the competition. We're not. If Arsenal was in a competition, I would say Arsenal need to win that. We have to go and win that. We have to go and win that.
Like I said, until I know we don't even have a manager, I'm just answering the questions logically and with common sense. I don't know. Pat.
So if it was the case, this example, you got Ryan Mason as manager next season, X amount of months or whatever, and he's going into these competitions. So you're going to say it's going to be less important or is important? I don't get it. What the manager situation?
I don't get your question either.
You're Spurs though. You're Spurs. So what's it going to do with the manager?
If Tottenham are in that competition, yes, they're going to be one of the bigger teams in there. So of course they're going to.
Of course, there you go. That's what we're saying. So the importance to win it.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's the same with everything.
No, but the question I asked you is there added pressure for you to win a trophy, and this being a trophy that you can, you're in the competition that you're in, is there pressure to win it?
There's going to be pressure on us because we haven't won a trophy in a long time. But like I said, until I know who the manager is and what his actual philosophy is in regards to what he's taking seriously, I don't know. This is a brand new competition, but we're in it.
You lot can't shun this though. You can't shun. You can't shun. You can't shun it. You're not in a position to be like, you're in no position to be like, we're going to treat this as a situation. And this is what I'm saying about you Tottenham fans.
Yeah, but for me, I agree.
It's not like you're privileged.
Listen. It's not about Tottenham fans. I want us to win every competition that way.
You act way like you're privileged because you shunned Poch shunned the League Cup many a times where you've had the opportunity to really go for it. Now we're asking you about this Conference League, and you're turning your nose up at it. You should be like, you know what? I want my club to go in there and win it.
Let me talk, please. Let me say something. I didn't turn my nose up at anything. I also said, can I like finish my sentence? When we was in Europa and we was in the Carabao Cups and whichever. Tottenham's fans' biggest gripe was that Pochettino turned his nose up at these trophies. We wanted to try and win them. Poch always said, unless it's the Champions League or the league, he's not really going to focus on it. We was annoyed at that because obviously we wanted to win something. The fact that we're in this competition, of course, I'd want to win it. But like I said, until I know who the manager is and what they're doing, I don't understand the giggles. Like
I've got to be honest. I don't see what the manager's got to do with anything. If
the manager's someone like Pochettino who doesn't really take these things seriously, then obviously we're not going to put out serious teams.
But for you, though, Pat, for you,
I just said that as fans, we wanted
to win everything. So if a manager's not doing it, that's unacceptable.
You know what? I'm talking for the sake of no reason. I just said that. I said that I wanted us to win every competition we were in, but the manager had a different idea. If the manager's not putting out the right teams to win the trophies, what can I do?
Okay, so manager aside, then is this Conference League a trophy you want to win next season?
Yeah, if we're in there, of course.
That's all we need.
I said that from the beginning.
That's a free lads holiday right there. That's a free.
I don't know how Arsenal fans should not be talking right now. I'm sorry. Why not? Had a shambolic season. You can't talk. You had a shambolic season. We've been atrocious. We've been so bad, and we still finished above you. I had people.
You haven't been worse than us. You haven't been worse than us. We're the ones that have been really bad.
Exactly. So why are you not talking? I don't get it. Why you shouldn't be talking? You lot should just be humble right now and just say, yeah, we've had a bad season. It's like, don't try and throw shade at us because you didn't even qualify. As bad as the competition is, you didn't even qualify for it. That's how bad it is. You lot didn't even qualify for it.
And we won a trophy was last year. The last time
you won a trophy. This year,
so we're asking just about the trophy.
This year you've won nothing and finished below us. You can't talk to us. This year you've won nothing and you finished below us. You can't talk to us.
You need to get Burnley fans on to speak to these lot. They shouldn't be in a big bubble.
Hey, say louder.
Leeds nearly beat you. Leeds nearly cooked. What?
Real talk. We get a Leeds fan on in it side. We get a Leeds fan on and then man there.
And beat them up.
Try and find an Everton fan.
That's it. I think Arsenal and Spurs are the new pretenders.
Let me round it back. We got a good question here from Fight Fan Fight Fan TV Live. Big up Fight Fan TV Live. Also, big up everybody else in the comments. If you haven't already, hit that like button, please. It really helps us grow and pushes the episode. But this question here: how many years do you think it's going to take for Arsenal to get back into a title hunt mix in the Prem? Jason and Dash. I'm going to give you lot the floor, Jason and Dash.
Go ahead, Jason.
Back into title hunt mix in the Prem. I'll say give us 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like 5 years. 5 years. The reason why I say 5 years is because we've got a lot of young talent who are in the age range of 22, 23. If we can kind of obviously work with the core players that the talented players that we've got and add some players, then we've got a chance. But it all boils down to the manager as well. So we could say like, oh, we've got the players, but if the manager doesn't really match what we've got, then it doesn't work out. So it's going to be a bit of a tough
Boris
one.
Johnson's got nothing on Dash, Boris Johnson has nothing on.
Everybody sees it now.
When you ask your questions, I give you a direct answer. When we ask you a question, you're dancing around like you're a tap dancer.
Where am I dancing?
Answer the question. Man's all like, do you know what I mean?
That's
what did
the question.
What did I say? How did I not answer the question? Did I not just say within about 5 years?
That sounded like a Jack and Ori tell, What the hell?
5 years.
Hey. 5 or 10.
What did I say? I said 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. Okay. Years.
I didn't say 10 years. I said 5 years.
I
gave you the reason. I said 5 years, and I gave you the reasons in terms of the players that we've got. We've got young players. So if the players grow within 5 years, some of the players that we've got 22, 23.
Trust the process.
Yeah, it's not about trusting the process. It's about going with what we've got. Yeah. How long did it take? How long did it take?
Jason was saying if Arteta's like 10th, 11th by October, he needs to go. So that's that. He ain't trusting the process.
But not being funny, Dash. Yeah, but being back into the title hunt. Yeah, this isn't even at you, Dash. Jason's trying to say 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
he doesn't think it's gonna be that long. Jason, 2 to 3 years for you not being back in the
title about Europa League. He's talking about Europa League.
Oh, Europa title. Europa title, Jason. Is that what you mean?
He's talking about Europa titles.
These man, they think they got jokes. They think they got jokes.
I'm not saying we're gonna win it. I'm not saying we're gonna win it in 2 to 3 years, or maybe competing. Look, that 2 to 3 years, I reckon.
It's a title mix. You don't read the question properly, innit? And then listen
exactly. You man talking about I said we're gonna win it in 2 to 3 years.
No, I just want to understand. So, Jason, are you saying in 2 to 3 years you would be a title challenger? That's what I'm just trying to get my head around.
Title mix. It didn't say title challenger. It said within the title mix.
Yeah.
So what does that define? You could be 6th, 7th, 8th, and if you're like 3-4 points, is that what you're saying? Like in terms of after 15 games, you think is that title challenging, or I'm just trying to understand.
Ask Spurs. What is title challenging in December?
Sorry.
I was asking Spurs, is title challenging like being in December, challenging the title? Is that a title challenge?
I don't know about that. All I know is that Tottenham's Day is cancelled once. All I know is I saw fans in the Arsenal in the Emirates Stadium holding up St. Tottenham's Day banners.
You saw one fan.
I saw fans. It's gonna be and then now you got my head on your face. All I know is that in my WhatsApp groups, people were saying all season, just make sure we don't catch you, and it never happened. So all I know is that
we didn't catch you. Don't bite the bit. Don't bite the bit.
Don't catch us. You didn't catch us because you never finished.
We finished on 60 what points? We finished on 62 or whatever it was.
Yeah, but that's not catching you. You didn't catch us, did you? Because you finished.
We did catch you. We finished a point behind you.
Going back to Saeed quickly, just on what I said.
Jason, that's not catching them though, Jason. Jason, do you understand? That's not catching them, bro.
What does he mean by catching them?
Going back to Saeed, on what I said. What's that?
Pretenders.
Oh. Going back to Saeed, what I said was I feel like we could be in a mix let's just say 5 years with the players that we've got. In the range, the age range that they are in 5 years' times, 22, 23. something could happen. I don't know, but it's just
With
one of them.
Arteta
You just
or
hope that
with someone else.
No, I just said that as well. It's like it depends. It's also dependent on the manager as well. So obviously, if we do get a more experienced manager, then that increases the opportunity to really push on.
So you're
So we just
Arteta
gotta
out,
see.
and so Arteta's not the one to get
You know
you
what,
to
boys?
make
That's a good
performances.
question. Can I ask? Are you lot Arteta in, Arteta out right now?
I don't waste my time with that. I just want to make sure that the club make the right decisions in terms of the appointment.
Boris, come on, man. Come on, Arteta in or out.
What? I have no time to waste on that. Of course, I want an experienced manager, yes, but Arteta
Okay,
is
there you
in.
go.
Yeah, I'm saying Arteta is.
Arteta out then. Arteta's not experienced, so that means you want him out.
I'm not here to entertain that. I'm here to make sure that I want Arsenal to progress in the right direction. And our owners are the owners are keeping Arteta. What am I supposed to do? So even if I scream out Arteta in, Arteta out, what is that going to do? If the Conkies want him in,
we didn't say scream. We ask you a question. Are you in or out? That's it. You don't need to scream.
Do you know what I want Arteta to do? I want him to dust out all the dead wood. That's what I want him to. He can do all the dirty work and then bring in the experienced manager afterwards. How about that?
Yeah. All right. Let's move on from Arsenal and thing, because I don't see how Arsenal do it in 2 to 3 years, but who knows? Coming over to you, Saeed. Obviously, there's always this echo. Hold on, let me mute some others and get rid of this echo. Yeah, that's it. So, Saeed, going into next season, providing you have your people them fit and everything, do you think you're going to be back? You think you're going to be title challengers again?
1,000%. 1,000%.
No politician answer there, boy. Straight to the point.
1,000%. Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, we need probably 3 additions to the squad: defender, a midfielder, and a striker, a real quality striker. But other than that, yeah, we've Klopp there, and it's just been a freak season. And I'm so confident that next season, I'm not going to say we'll necessarily win it, but I think we're 100% going to be in the mix. I don't think we're going to be scrapping for top 4 as we did this season, especially if the fans are back. I don't think we'll lose many, if any, at Anfield again for a while. When the fans come back, I think it'll be a game changer once the fans are back.
Sorry, can I ask you something quickly? Because you say 1,000%. What if Virgil van Dijk, God forbid, doesn't hit the ground running? Because everything is pinned on him coming back and being the old Virgil. He's been out for so long; it's going to take him a while to warm into things.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree, and I think because of this season, I think it'll be a learning curve. So I generally don't think we'll be going into that season with 3 recognised senior defenders. I think he'll probably overindulge, and we're supposed to be getting a defender, Konate, straight away, and I believe there'll probably be another signing as well. So I think he will probably make sure that this situation doesn't happen again. So it's a learning curve. And everyone knows cruciates and anything to do with the knees, it's going to take you time to get back into the swing of things. He might not be the same player, but I mean, it's Virgil. It's still his presence there. I think will just have an impact on the others.
We're gonna come back over to you, Saeed, because there's a couple more questions I want to ask you, but we do have Mr. Dan Lawless waiting in the wings there. Introduce yourself, please, Dan.
Yes, obviously Dan Lawless here, West Ham fan, TV, enjoying my Sunday. I see Patrick there. How's it going, my friend? How's it going, Patrick?
Dan, stop. I know why you're asking me of all people how I'm doing, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
No, I mean, about this time last week or so, we was getting Tottenham fans tweeting at us, going, "Oh yeah, you was above us for 5 minutes, now back in us." All of that,
man. Now you know what? Congratulations, you lot have had a really, really good season, and I can't hate. You've been immense this year. I've got to give you your credit. So begrudgingly, I've got to give you your credit. So
If we get really deep, what's happened is West Ham have finished above Spurs and Arsenal this season. It is a serious thing.
Yeah, it is.
How are you feeling about this season, Dan, man?
You know, you're obviously like overwhelmingly positive, but that little thing that keeps niggling at me is that we turned one of those L's into a W, we'd be in the Champions League right now. We were 3 points off of top 4. So that's always going to be in the back of your mind. And you look back at results and you go, you know what, if we could have just, you know what I mean, won this game, if we cut that mistake out, this and that. And that's disappointing, obviously. But at the same time, you know what I mean, it's a massive progression. It was looking like we might end up in this Europa Conference League Mickey Mouse thing. But, you know what I mean? We don't have to worry about that. we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. I'd hate to be in that competition. What a Mickey Mouse. Whose team's in that?
I'm off.
Oh, you lot are in that. Oh, yeah. But it's big. Yeah, it's big. Like, obviously, for the progression of where we're trying to go, keeping players like Rice and that happy so they can see progression. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I'm just glad the season's over because my nerves were just all over the place week after week. So I can breathe and enjoy it.
Do you think that you will keep a hold of the Declan Rice? Do you think he stays?
Yeah, I think so for a few reasons. Like, I think he's comfortable. I think he's happy. And I can't see anyone meeting the valuation. Like, I can't see any of these clubs splashing out that much money where really a lot of these clubs are looking for a striker. So if you want to say I just read the other day that West Ham have said 90 million, right? Okay. Now, that's what they've said. Like, if you want Rice, you got to pay this. That's the rumors. So I can't see anyone paying that right now when there's all of this like Haaland on Sancho and all of this people are trying to sign. So yeah, I think we'll keep Rice. And look at Harry Kane has waited till what? How old is he now? 27, 28?
27, 28. I was just about to ask you that, Dan. For context, how old is Rice and how long is left on his contract?
Yeah, he's like 22 and I think he's got like 3 years left or so.
Okay.
On his contract. So
take a big bet.
That's what I mean. Like, so yeah, I mean, where Harry Kane's been called to try and, you know, see what the project is at Spurs and see if he can try and take them to where they want to be. Like Rice, he hasn't got to move right now to go and achieve. He can chill for another 3 years and then go on and still not even hit his prime and do whatever he wants to do. So I think where everything is, it's the best for him in his career-wise. And some of these clubs want to turn him into a centre-back again. Someone they want to put him back. He don't want to play as a centre-back. So, yeah, I think he's cool. I think, obviously, he's going to want to see what the board does. Like, if we can start bringing in, like, we can tie down Lingard and then go look at building and strengthening, like, our attack. Like, that's what you want to see as a player. You want to see progression. So, I think he'll stay. Definitely this season, he'll be a West Ham player going in. He'll be leading us out into Europe, man, for sure. And so Astra are not in the Europa League this season as well, so we ain't got to worry about those clowns.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember
so that. So 2 years in a row. So
yeah,
I'm so relieved they're not in it.
No, but you qualified straight into the group stage.
Yeah, straight into the group. Yeah, which we didn't do before. We got the fair play thing, and then the other thing. So
yeah, no, you're cool. You're straight into the group stage. So it's been a brilliant season, man. It really has.
Yeah. No, it really has. Like, and that's the thing is, it's been huge because when you look at it, like, we had a large period spells of games where we had no striker. Like, Antonio was injured. We'd sold Allaire. And even when Allaire played, obviously he didn't quite fit our system. And we had a paper thin squad. And I think that's what's cost us top 4 in the end, is how small our squad is. And we've had games where there's no one really been on the bench to come and change things up. And when we had those games like the Evertons, like Chelsea's, where we could not break them down and they were just comfortable. So we didn't have someone to come on just to switch things up. And I think that's what's hurt us. So having that squad depth next season is going to be crucial. So yeah, at the end of the day, like and that's the problem. We sold Allaire and we didn't replace him. So who knows? Two goals from Allaire, you know, if we kept him, if he'd scored a couple more goals here and there, we might be turning on that different.
Do you think this is a one-off though for West Ham, or do you think you're like massively overachieved, or do you think
it don't have to be a one-off? Again, this all comes down to the board. I don't think it's what you can call like a fluke. I don't believe in flukes over 38 games. Yes, you've seen teams like the Wolves and that where they will go and finish in these places and then they'll drop down. But it's all about what they do after that. Obviously, Wolves sold Jota, they lost Jimenez and all of that, and that seems to be a huge for them. But yeah, if we can keep the core of this team, and then we go and find some gems like we found with Soufal, like Souček, players like that, the Bowens, and get players like Benrahma. If we can find a few more of them gems, like there's no reason we can't be back up here again next season. You know what I mean? Even if, like, you know, we do finish a 7th or an 8th next season, I want to see consistency. I don't want to be like up and then all of a sudden we're back down. And it's going to be difficult, obviously, when you're trying to sustain Europa League and Premier League. But I would, to be honest, I would just look at that Carabao Cup, play kids in that, not even bother with that cup, and focus on, like, okay, so we've got Premier League, FA Cup, Europa League. I think that's key. So, yeah, the summer's huge. They've said we've got 35 mil to spend on a striker. Why you like to tell everyone how much money you got to spend on a striker? I don't know, but apparently that's what we've got. Like, you know, so yeah, there's no reason why we can't be here next season. Like, and that's been like, look at Everton. They've proven you can't just throw a bag of money at things and expect to finish in these places every season. It's about smart business.
Everton, no one's really talking about it, but Everton, they really need to get taken a look at because they brought in a lot of players. Carlo Ancelotti is considered a top manager, but yet where they finished is a bit shaky, if we're being honest.
Don't worry, Torch is coming through soon, so we'll be talking about it. Yeah, don't worry about that
because it's not
under the radar.
Yeah, trust me, they've had a shocker considering everyone was bigging them up at one point. Oh, they got Alan. Oh, they got James Rodriguez. Oh, they got this guy and that guy. But when you look at where they finished,
at the points though, look at the points. Like
again,
I know the table does say one thing, but I just think look at the point. Leeds, Everton, even Arsenal, Spurs. Like there's not actually much in it in terms of the points. As much as we can, it's easy to say, "Oh, Everton was a failure" and this and that, and I get that. But let's break it down in terms of when you pull back the table in terms of where we finished. It was a really tight season. Bar City and United, everyone had a poor season. But West Ham. West Ham has done well, and I think, and you can correct me, I think West Ham done really well because they didn't have that toxicness of the fans. I want to see how well they do when the fans come back.
You say that, but who was there today? The fans. What was the score? 3-0. I was saying that on our live stream. Come on. What do you mean? Yeah, but it don't matter, does it? Don't matter. Like, if it was
that's with fans that have been desperate for football. You know what I mean? So they come back. They're gonna cheer. But what I was gonna ask is, like, you know, obviously when teams have not been in like European competitions for the longest while, or never been in it, like how I know you just alluded to it a little bit, but do you fear the fact that it could affect your league running next season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, look, we're going to be doing the whole Thursday, Sunday thing. It can do, but that's why we have that squad. Yeah, obviously, you guys have been obviously doing that for the longest time. This will be the first time in a while where you're not going to have to do that Thursday, Sunday. But yeah, it's all about that squad depth. And to me, if we can have a good run in that Europa League, get to like the quarters, semis or whatever, but maybe we drop down, we like mid-table or whatever, like I'll take that. I think having a good run in that Europa League, I think that would be really good for the fan base, good for the players. But like I said, now we need to look and get a couple of strikers. We need a centre back. The only real competition for places we've got is Benrahma and Bowen. So that's something we got to address. But listen,
how would you sum up Benrahma's first season at West Ham?
It's frustrating, and not even for Benrahma, for Moyes. And look, I'm giving Moyes all of the credit, all of the praises in the world. But next season, I can't keep seeing this chop change. Like 1 week it's Benrahma, next week it's Bowen, then the next week it's Benrahma. Neither Bowen or Benrahma can play more than 70 minutes. I don't get to play him and that. Like Benrahma's coming good. Like he scored that banger of a goal. He's getting assists. He's creating chances, but he's just not getting those minutes. So that needs to be addressed next season. I don't want to keep seeing this inconsistencies like that. And I think with Europa League football, I think that will definitely help. So it's about clearing out certain players, certain deadwood. We need to get rid of Yarmolenko. We're going to probably have to move on Anderson and then try and drum up some funds. But yeah, I think when it's back on the fans, like the fans are going to be buzzing next season. The fans are going to be all fully behind it.
Will there
It's
be
yeah,
pressure
it's
for a
always
trophy for West Ham?
for a trophy. I think it's more like having a good run. I think it's all about the run rather than the trophy. I think like that's progression. Like I feel like to us to go, we qualified, then we want to win the trophy, but we want to see that we're moving towards winning that trophy, like that next step. If we won that Europa League, man, no one, jeez, I would be doing all of the podcasts, and then you wouldn't see me for a while.
Man, it's a tough league because those early rounds and where you have to be flying out to, there's a lot of banana skins in that competition, man, and it only really starts getting juicy once you get to like pretty much the quarterfinals. But that journey is a really long, tedious journey, man. We played like a team out in Ireland that got like bare semi-professional footballers there, and it's just like you can even see the teams that don't really get up for the game. But it might be a little bit different for you guys because of
it's true, like as well. Yeah, maybe not to the extent because, like I said, like some of these teams, like they're semi-professionals. When they see these big teams come up, they're like these like Premier Leagues. Yeah, they turn up, and maybe because we ain't got the reputation of an Arsenal, that might work in our favour slightly. So we'll have to see. But a lot of them will see that, okay, it's a Premier League team. You know what I mean? These are all top professionals. We need to be up on our game. And then your players kind of look at it as in, oh, they're semi-professionals, like easy night off. And then that's how these upsets happen. So
I think this season, West Ham, man, they've had a brilliant season. And I like you as a West Ham fan, I'm sure it's obviously Champions League's the pinnacle in it. That is the elite place you want to be at. But if you was told at the beginning of the season that you can get like Europa League and be in that position there, you would have taken it as well. Obviously,
you know what? Our season predictions. Yeah, our season predictions on our channel. I predicted us to finish 18th and get relegated. So that's gonna surface. We've got to revisit that. Yeah, I probably predicted that. That was after the Dean Garner sale, us not signing a striker, and I was like looking at it like, geez, yeah, I fully thought that we would be in a serious relegation battle and we could go down. And yeah, of course, yeah, I would have took this all day long. I would have still been massive. If we would have finished 8th, I would have been really disappointed. Like 7th, I would have been slightly disappointed, but 8th, I would have been really disappointed, even though I didn't expect to be there, just because of we spent that much time being in the top 4 race, and then to get no European football, it would have been disgusting. It would have been a complete bottle job. But we held out.
What about the second coming of Moyes, man?
The Moyes fire.
Yeah, David Moyes.
Yeah, listen. Do you know what? Yeah, and then you're gonna ask for. I remember I did a preview with Troops earlier in the season, and he was giving all of the. Yeah, Arteta's is coming for David Moyes. Yeah, we're gonna show you. You're gonna know. You're gonna know all this. And that preview now has really it looks bad on him. And I was just there like, okay, we'll see. And I never thought like we would just be finishing above Arsenal this season. I thought Arsenal would have a bad season, but not like we would have this better season. But Moyes, he's proved a lot of people wrong, including myself. So. For me, he's got to be a contender for manager of the season because Pep, he should be doing that. Like he should be winning leagues with what he's got to work with. Bielsa, okay, he's come up. He's finished 10th. Was it finished 10th or something?
10th, yeah.
Yeah, 10th.
No. He's finished 9th. Leeds
9th. Yeah, so he's got mid-table finish. Big Sam did that when he got us promoted. Who else is there really that they're going to look at as potential candidates for manager of the season? So.
Ollie.
Ollie.
I'm joking there.
Yeah, I like this.
Did someone say Brendan?
Now, Brendan, let me say about Brendan. Think about it. He bottled that so hard. Look, they won the FA Cup, but come on, how are you going to bottle the FA Cup?
Come on, he deserves credit.
Look at these Liverpool man jumping in for their boy now. Jesus Christ.
Would Leicester fans have taken it? And every Leicester fan would have taken a 5th place finish and a Europa League. Like and the FA Cup, bro.
No, but you know this, Torch. They was in the stat is I think that they spent more time in the top 4 out of any other team.
They've only spent 3 days out of it. No, I've seen the stat, bro. And for me, that distracts as weak mentality. Like when it comes to that last final push, they don't have that because they're not established as a real top team. But you can forgive them for that with the kind of season that they've had, bro. Like an FA Cup. And the Europa League. Arsenal fans would die for that right now. No disrespect to them. Just, do you know what I mean?
But listen, this is what I said about Leicester. I said once they won the FA Cup, that was their mentality was just Like they made it for them. They made it to a promised land in terms of like they've got themselves a trophy. Now to build up that momentum again, it was going to be very difficult. But yeah,
you know
in terms of the league run,
for Spurs and anyone else to call him a bottle job. It's a cheat. Any one of those teams will take him. West Ham, Arsenal, Spurs. All you
we're talking about. I think essentially it's been talking about like what Leicester have done for the season in the league. They bottled it.
That's their
level.
At the
end of the day.
Yeah, but they won the FA Cup.
I wouldn't even say that they bottled it though. Because if you want to play devil's advocate, everyone wants to talk about Liverpool's injuries. Yeah, they haven't been as glorified, but Leicester have had some peak bad boy injury to their back line, bro.
Listen, stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. They bottled it. They were in the top 4 all season, and on the last day, all they had to do was win their game against Tottenham.
And they were winning that game as well. It's not bottled. They were beating Spurs.
Stop it. Let's stop the narrative, because if that was any other team, they'd be called a bottle job. They were 2-1 up at home with fans in the stadium. They should have won that game.
All right,
don't Spurs have a better squad?
All right, can I tell you?
No, by the way,
you can't
pick even introduce yourself. Introduce yourself first.
Sugar. Sorry, Sam. You know how I get, man.
Yeah,
Yo, people, it's your boy Torch here. I'm at what happened to football on YouTube, but what happened football on Instagram. But yeah, just all one word. What happened to football?
Wicked.
Yeah, massive Liverpool
and he loves everything Liverpool, Brendan Rodgers included.
You know what I would say? I think it's not just this season. We got to remember as well. In addition to last season, choking last season as well. So you have to add that. So you would have had experience to be like, you know what? Let's not let this slip. You know, this is the second year. Like you can see, boys, come on, boys. And all you needed to do is just win your last game at home with the fans that we're all talking
against
about.
Ryan Mason.
Look at the points tally.
You know what I'm saying?
Points tally.
Forget about the points tally. The game. They were winning that game as well. You're at home.
Exactly. Come on.
If it was to be like,
Chelsea didn't win though. You guys are making out like win the match is a full-blown conclusion. It's not easy, bro. And
so Chelsea not getting a blue.
The season that Leicester have had, if you put everything into context, and with the injuries, because you can't ignore injuries. You can't.
We're talking about if the question is, did they bottle it? It's not about the excuses about what's.
No, I would say
they did.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I think Liverpool fans focus too much on injuries.
If you was listen to this. If you were told, that the last game of the season, all you need to do is just win it and get through, you would take that. But that's a bottle, man.
At home as well.
Torch, they've been in it for 254 days. Yeah, and then in the last season, you choke. It's a choke.
No, bro, you know what? To a certain extent, I can't act like an idiot. It is a choke to a certain extent. But Sebs, let me ask you, bro. If we put you in that scenario, Man United just had to win one game for whether it be a trophy or top 4, and you ain't got Maguire, are you as confident to just say they're just going to win that game?
No, but this is the problem, though, Torch. This is the problem. Everybody's talking about it being this final game. It's not being this final game, is it? You spent the whole season in the top 4, and you've gradually started to let the rest catch up. So it's not just about this one game. That's probably where everyone's going wrong here. It's about the weeks that preceded that were before this is where they've gone wrong. And yes, we can love Brendan Rodgers and what he's done, and they won the FA Cup. And we had a Leicester City fan on earlier that said it's brilliant that they won the FA Cup, but they could have won the FA Cup and got top 4. That's what he said, and that's the reality of the situation.
Chelsea and Liverpool are the teams that's ultimately beating them to the punch. Look at their squads. Look at their experience.
It doesn't matter, those guys. It doesn't matter.
They've not lost to those teams along the way. They've lost points gradually towards them, and then you've got the last opportunity, the last saloon, the last chance to do it at home, and then you
just beat Spurs as well. Just beat Spurs.
Can I add some context to it as well? They were at home. All they had to do is win their game, and it doesn't matter what happens. And it's a favourable tie for them. They're playing a team that's below them in the league.
And they were winning twice.
With an inexperienced manager who's never managed
that's a bottle job. I'm sorry, it is
Brendan's Yeah, like
You know how
I
you know
can't even
these
argue with you
Liverpool
lot,
man, they
sorry,
don't
bro.
let nobody walk alone. You know these Liverpool man. They're gonna
I'm on side, man.
ride
You know
for
what it is,
Brendan
man.
Rodgers. They're gonna ride for Brendan Rodgers to the end. That's how it is.
Torch,
That's how it is.
Torch,
That's how
and
Torch,
he
they
bottled it for them as well. He bottled the league for them.
There
They
you
won't
go. I was
say
about
that
to say
though,
that.
Dan. Don't say that. Don't say that, Dan. Don't say that.
He's the same man that let it slip for you guys. So
I work in
it in.
Stratford, Dad, you know.
Torch, now you're in the house though, Torch. Talk to us, because I was going through some clips the other day, and you know, somebody thought that Everton were gonna finish top 4, and he was very, very confident about that. What are you saying about Everton's season with James Rodriguez and Alan and all of them man there?
First things first.
Injuries?
First things first. I owe you £60, and I owe my other bedroom £100. I'm not happy about that at all. In debt.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I bet that Liverpool are going to win the league and Everton will finish in the top 4. Got them both so wrong.
You know what, Torture? It's not as bad because Jace, yeah, my guy Jace, he said Everton will win the league after they won their first 4 games. He was like, Everton have won the league. And I was like, are you kidding me? And now
You know West Ham Jays though, anyway.
Yeah, he was the guy who didn't rate Lingard. He didn't rate Lingard either, so.
Madness.
Jay Bins.
No, in terms of Everton, yeah, I would just... For me, it's just there's no goals in that squad, bro. There's no goals in that squad. You got Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison's a good player, but is he gonna get you 12 goals a season? I don't think he is. And then after Richarlison, you look around and you're like, yeah, you got some quality in James who will provide, but who else? Like Sigurdsson is a good player, and I've always been a massive fan of Sigurdsson, but he's very hot and cold at times. And at first, he wasn't even fractured by Ancelotti, but so much injuries in the midfield, he started starting games, and he was doing his thing. Like he actually, was it against Tottenham? He put in a sick performance, and they beat you.
Coach, Everton are awful, man. Let's have it right. They are average.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. No, man.
On our level.
If you go and player for player, they're not a shit squad. Like, let's be real. They got quality like Lucas Ding. Keane at the back. Like I said, Richarlison's a good player.
And Sigurdsson.
James, Lewin. The squad's not terrible.
What happened to DCL though, man? He just burnt out. He just burnt out, man. He was hold up the sign against
You know what it is? Everyone's going to go for a purple patch, but there's no one to
Even Vardy
score
went
around him,
through
bro.
that, innit?
Yeah, they lack goals.
Everton's in the mix of Arsenal, Spurs, your West Hams, your Villas. That they should have their own little group to talk to one another. Really, they're on the same levels.
You don't rate Tottenham higher than Everton?
No.
Stop being stupid now, please. Like, stop it. Stop.
No.
Please.
If you lose Kane, what do you think? Do you think you're going to finish above Everton?
Yeah, I think so. Even
look
if
at the table right now with your best squad that you said. Remember at the beginning of you, challengers.
Don't add words into my mouth. I never said that. And personally,
you said your squad.
If we lose Kane, I'm sure we would bring other players in. I don't rate Everton, so no, I don't see that as like, oh my god, if we lose Kane, we're gonna finish below them. At the end of the day, people need to actually be honest. And Ancelotti, all the players they brought in, they still finished below a lot of teams that they should have finished above, right?
Only 3 points behind you, you know.
It doesn't matter. It's about the league position. They should have finished a lot better. And we've all been crap. Arsenal have been crap. Tottenham have been crap. These guys ain't been good, and Everton is still below them. So I don't understand. I don't understand the rating.
You know what it is for me about Everton, yeah? The only reason why I backed them in the beginning of the season is because when I saw the structure of their squad, I was like, bro, they've got some combative midfielders in there who are actually going to win the ball back, and then they can just pass it on to their 2 number 10s who were James, who you always knew was going to get injured, but I said Sigurdsson wasn't a bad replacement, which I don't think he is. For a team of Everton's level, you're telling me Sigurdsson's your starting number 10. That's a solid option.
Torch, quick one. When you're saying the team of Everton's level, yeah, like, are we really shocked that Everton are like where they are or not doing anything? Like,
they've been there or thereabouts every season, isn't it?
Like, shocked, but I would say I'm a little bit let down.
They've got like Europa League once in the last 5 years or so, innit? They've always been finishing like between 8th and 9th.
Yeah, that's their level.
I'm not totally surprised by that. You know what I mean? We've seen it plenty of times. They've got the Shaqiri's. Is it Shaqiri or I forget the guy's name? Usman of money and all of that kind of stuff. They've been just trying to throw the money. No one's really come to that club and really sat down and tried to put a structure behind what they're trying to go for. There needs to be. I hate using this word, but there has to be a process for them, innit? Like, so
you look at Ancelotti coming in, and you look at it like, bro, everyone that not everyone, but the majority of players that he brought, he either knew very well or he worked with them. Yeah. And you look at that, and you look at his past, guy. He's not just had a pass abroad; he's had a pass in Real Madrid and in the Premier League, and he's done well in both places. And
yeah,
you put
but
the two
you need to get.
It looks interesting.
You gotta get players that are ready to grind, man. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah, but it's only one season for him. I don't think you can throw the axe at him yet. You can see the players that he's brought in. He has improved Everton, but Everton's got a long way to go. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is still, because Alan's improved their midfield. Hammers has improved their midfield. Alan's improved their midfield. Like,
but how can you make excuses for Ancelotti? Ancelotti.
Sorry?
With Ancelotti, I just think it's time, because I think he even said it himself. He said his team lacks big personality on the ball. So he knows, like, there's no one to change that game. No one to grab.
Look at West Ham, yeah. When Moyes came in, yeah, he had a bigger rebuild job than Ancelotti had when he came into Everton, because Moyes had to take from a Pellegrini-style team. How many of the Pellegrini's players are even still here now? And what he's had to do to progress.
Worked in Moyes' favour, though.
What?
He had a point to prove, bro. Ancelotti don't have no point to prove. When you come in with that chip on your shoulder and you've gone to somewhere like West Ham, if Moyes didn't do what he did now at West Ham, he's done. Like,
that's a point against Ancelotti. That's not a defense of Ancelotti. That's a point against Ancelotti. Then it's his own mentality.
No, it's more of a like David Moyes is going to go there with extra motivation than Ancelotti would.
Sorry, you lot. Can I just interrupt? Lambs, you owe me forever. The fact that you lot lost today and you're still in the Champions League because of us, Lambs, when you taking me out?
No, Lambs is coming through soon.
Please, Lambs, get on it, because you owe me big time.
You know, I was so hoping they would miss out and then lose the Champions League final. Oh, that would have been the icing on the cake. That would have been beautiful. But come on, Man City. That's what I'm gonna say.
What a hater.
I know that Torch has got to leave soon. Torch. Yeah. If you could just sum up Liverpool's season, man, because I'm surprised. I guess you're surprised that you finished third. Is that an achievement? You happy about that?
Boy, from man DMing me, you lot are the worst champions ever. Every post I comment, every post Liverpool related, I commented. Man are telling me, bro, I thought it was your manager. Bro, I thought it was your agent. Coach, you're confusing me. Yeah, you know, Patrick. You see that comment on every one of my posts.
Oh, man.
Habiana fans.
But we're back, baby. We're back in the promised land.
This guy's loving Liverpool today, you know? You're loving Liverpool like this.
Bro. Torch wanted to kill himself 2 weeks ago. He wanted to slit his wrist.
You see me, yeah? I'm as passionate as it gets, bro. If Liverpool lose, bro, I'm near to tears more times, fam. It's only because I got a little youth. I can't have him seeing his dad cry around the house. It don't make no sense. But it hurts, bro. So even today, before we scored and Townsend's going through one-on-one, my heart is beating and I'm saying, bro, we're here again. And Leicester have already scored. All of these kind of permutations are working from my head. How can we still make top 4, top 3, whatever it is? But as an overall season, it's just when it mattered the most, we crumbled like cookies, bro. That Real Madrid match, yeah. The thing that let us down was just ball watching, bro. Like when they popped us through for that second goal, if Kabak is not ball watching and he's actually watching the man, he stops Vinicius from taking that touch into space. And then in terms of the Leicester match when we lost early in the season, when we could have beat them and more or less solidified our top 4, we crumbled. And then we let in 2 late goals. Anytime it mattered the most, we crumbled. But it took Alisson to save us, and then from there, that was a sign from God. Like, do not crumble again. It's not meant to be. Obviously, we pulled through, but it's just been a season of disappointments. Because when it mattered the most, we never could pull through.
Speaking of disappointments, do you think Salah's leaving?
No.
I'm hearing a lot of Liverpool fans say they think he's going.
Bro, whenever people say this, I'm saying to where? Where the hell would Salah go?
Real Madrid.
All right, cool.
Madrid got that
right now, yeah. You think Real Madrid want Mohamed Salah this summer?
Yeah.
Cool. They got 3 old midfielders that they need to replace. They don't fuck with Isco, yeah. they have so much injuries to their back line this year that they had to field Valverde at right back just to play us. Yeah, they don't even fuck with Marcelo, and they need a backup for that Mendy guy. They don't want Salah, bro. I'm telling
Maybe
you.
PSG, Bayern. Yeah.
PSG don't want Salah.
PSG are dead league,
Bayern never historically spend that kind of money on one player anyway. Salah's like Liverpool, bro. Like no one's taking him. He's there to stay, man. The only problem I have with Salah is we haven't started contract negotiations. So if we're here this time next year, Salah's gone.
You didn't get him his golden boot, man. So you might be switching over that right now. Probably slapping at Mane.
Let me tell you today. He did it backwards. In the first half, he tried to be selfish, and in the second half, he tried to share it. Hope people share back. Fam, share it in the first half.
All jokes aside, you could see that they was basically Salah was gunning for that golden boot. He was being very selfish, and it backfired, didn't it?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, but that's what made him successful, though. So I don't think we can take
greedy.
He ended up assisting Mane. That man never assist each other, bro.
Lambs is there dancing, but we're gonna have to say goodbye to some guests because we're gonna get some new ones on.
I'll head out. I can't be seeing happy Chelsea fans ruining my good vibes today.
I have so much love for you today. You know, Patrick, if I've ever said anything bad against Spurs, I'm so sorry.
There you go.
You came through today, man, like Gareth Bale. Oh my God. When I tell you, I was sitting on the gal stream crying, because these men are like, hey, are you gonna be Europa League? I was like, shut up, bro. Shut up. We went 2-0 down and Jorginho gave away that penalty. Oh my, I felt my heart breaking, I felt my heart breaking, honestly. I felt my heart breaking.
And Lambs, because you was at the game the other day with Thiago Silva's wife, and even she was rating us, saying, "Oh, thank you, Tottenham." And then I tweeted back saying, "Shut up, like you don't, you please." After all the shit she's been giving us, I was like, "Nah, you can keep your thanks." So Lambs, you're taking me out. Lambs, when are we going out?
Because we met her at one time in it. I was almost tempted to ask her, "Hey, what do you think of Timo Werner's performance this first half? 2 offside goals. Hey, it's not the one, innit? It's not the one."
I was telling Sam that you lot were chilling with her the other day. So yeah, man. So yeah.
We met Mendy's kids as well, and Mendy as well. Mendy gave you a shirt to Dami as well. So it's really cool. Dami tried to finesse the gloves as well, but Mendy was like, "I still need them, bro."
Tried to get the gloves, wicked. Anyway, let me get
on
some.
that note, I will head out and
wish Dan.
Man City the best of luck in the final.
Oh wow.
Listen, I've been.
Dan, enjoy Europa League. Enjoy Europa League.
I will, and I'll be watching that Champions League final and enjoy the European Conference League, Patrick. I'll be watching.
Dan, after we brought you on, that's how you're doing me.
Listen, I'm happy to be on, but you're the first Tottenham fan I've got to speak to since the season ended, so you had to get it. I'm sorry.
No.
But,
always love.
Have a good rest of the show, guys, and thanks for having me on, and hopefully I get to meet up with you soon. But definitely, well done, Chelsea. I would say that, but let's catch you guys later.
I love that. Appreciate it.
Really, well done, Tottenham, because we bottled it, mate. We absolutely fucking it.
Lambs, talk to us, Lambs.
Wait. Before we go, we're gonna have to, Jason, Sai, have you lot got any last words? Because we're gonna have to get a couple more people on before the end. You lot got any last things that you want to add?
No, not for me, man.
Wild, guys, so you best get this in right now.
No, not for me. You lot crack on.
I think Arsenal and Chelsea might need to correct their expectations. That's what I think.
Oh wow.
Hey, sorry, just calm down. Calm down.
Fired.
Calm down.
I just think that all this big talks about top four.
Thank Alisson for getting you Champions League football. Because you man bottled it this whole season. We may have bottled it towards the end, but you bottled.
Hold on. Did you see that? You went to the league, This is our bad season. This is the best that Chelsea can do. Are we still finish above you lot? Come on. Come on. We admit that this is a poor season for us. Next season we go again.
Above us, but what are you gonna win? Nothing.
Oh, the same as what Chelsea, isn't it? The same as what Chelsea's gonna be.
Listen. Eurovision was last night. Yeah, Eurovision was last night. Nil point.
It's coming here. The guns are blazing right now.
Ojo's here. Si, we'll see you in a bit, bro.
Yeah, Si, bless, bro. Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
So is this the talk of scraping fourth place? Is this the energy it comes from? What's happening here? Oh, what's going on? We've got Mandem doing European.
Before you lose your Europa League final to Mr. Good Evening, yeah, you best calm yourself down.
Hold on. What's this? What's this?
You haven't won your last 3 games, bro. Apart from today, let's not talk about right now.
Lambs is on smoke.
What are you mad about Harry Maguire? Yeah, Harry 80 million fridge Maguire. What are you mad without him? Nothing. And it's clear to see you man are dead.
Okay. Firstly, he's not a fridge. He's a ferry. That's the first one. Yeah, that's first. Secondly, we finished on top of you, so you scraping fourth and thanking Tottenham.
Okay.
Wait. Let me land. It's okay.
Tell me what Man United get for finishing second. Tell me what trophy they get for finishing second, eh?
I don't care about that. I just said.
Wait. You get the same thing that we get for finishing in 4th place, yeah? 4th and 2nd. Guess what? We get the same shit, Kojo.
All right, Lambs, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want you guys to beat City, but if you lose, you're coming to my podcast. I'm gonna finish you. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, don't be thinking people are gonna be doing European Dagenham and Redbridge next season. We don't talk about.
Chill, Kojo, chill.
I'm lying. And as for Arsenal, boy, hi, how you doing?
We're good, man. Thank you. How you doing?
Man don't even have a natural left or right back here, and he's speaking to me with this much confidence.
Who's that?
Wait, who's that?
Who's that?
I can't wait for Emery to destroy you. I can't wait.
We got a natural left back.
Wait.
We got 2 of them.
Natural left back.
Huh?
We got 2 of them. Natural left back. Luke Shaw.
Okay, sure. And when my man's injured, who do you have?
He ain't been injured though. He's playing all the time, and then we got Tellers.
What is in that cup?
We have to.
Hey, listen, this is rum and orange juice right now.
Ray and nephew. Bro, you was that happy that she drew for the drink that they got top 4, boy.
Captain Morgan's.
I would be happy. Imagine losing your game and you still get top 4, considering how tight it is.
Listen,
I would be flying, man.
I was like, there was tears coming out of my eyes. I was sat on the gal's
live. Everybody crying like this.
If you know a gal's an Arsenal fan. So I was on a stream with fucking Arsenal fans, laughing at me whilst I was crying. Looking, I was facing Europa League. Bro. I was facing Europa League. After Jorginho did that stupidness, that he didn't learn from the game from Arsenal, he did it again. I told every man, this guy is not a big game player, If you want players to turn up in big games, he's not the one, People talk about, Europa League, Eden Hazard won us the Europa League, not this fraudulent Italian, This guy needs to bounce. Get out of my club.
Lambs, why have you let Arsenal fans hit you like this?
He gave the ball away like 3 times. 3 distinct times in the final third, which could have been dangerous in the first half, He gave away the penalty for the second goal, He gave Arsenal their 1 goal.
I'm drinking rum and Red Bull.
My yeah?
Oh, wow.
Shots against City, we're done. We're done. We are done. I don't want to see him in the starting lineup. I want to see Kante, Kovacic. That's my pivot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why have you let Arsenal fans get to you like this? It's Arsenal. It's Arsenal.
Because it's you, man. You are about to finish like 9th or 10th. You're about to finish. You're the worst Arsenal team I've seen in my years of living. In my I was born in 1995. Yeah, this is the worst Arsenal team I've seen in my years of living. Yeah?
Oh wow, Lambs is going in, boy.
We couldn't beat them twice in this season. That's embarrassing, bro.
Lambs is charged.
It's embarrassing.
Let me. We've got Big West there. Big West. I see you just
go on then.
No. Big West is cool, man. He's cool. Big West. What are you saying about the end of the season?
I am ready. I am ready.
I don't think I can't even hear you.
Yeah, I came here expecting the smoke. Go on.
Lambs. I'm gonna ask him about Spurs this season. He's not gonna throw no smoke over there. I'm just asking you about Spurs, Big West, because obviously you finished in the conference thing. Would you prefer to have not finished there today, or what are you saying?
What's the conference thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a new thing.
What's the conference thing? What is that?
The European Vanarama League.
Do you know the
lads' holiday?
You see how I look at it? If man ain't good enough for the first two competitions, why is man going into a third thing that potentially you're not going to win either? You understand where I'm coming from? So realistically, I would have not been in it. But I said, God, still in it. Like, we're in it. We're gonna be playing some mad teams that man can't even pronounce the names probably. Do you get me? And it is what it is.
Do you think that you lot need to win it next season though, Wes?
Bro, listen, before we talk about winning anything, can we talk about we don't have a manager and potentially our star strikers leaving? Can we talk about that?
That's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said when I was asked the same question.
Can we really talk about that, champ?
Left, right, and center. I am here for it.
Lambs is charged.
Very.
My charging.
But who would you like to see? Who would you like to see come in charge then, Big West? Who would you like to see?
What, for Spurs?
Yeah.
Bro, to be fair, yeah, it doesn't matter. It don't matter, bro. Like, you could put anybody in charge. Stamps, you could be in charge. It don't matter. It's still going to be the same ownership, big man. You understand? Yeah. So until that kind of changes, it don't matter who you get. Like, you could have, I don't know, you could have Pep Guardiola, but it's not going to change, bro. You understand? Like, right now, it's not just about what's going on the field. It's off the field as well, bro. Like, Tottenham are shambles. And that's just me being honest. Like, some man might not agree, but I'm keeping it 100. Like, they're horrible right now. Who would want to manage that? Would you want to manage it? Any of you lot in there want to manage it? No.
Pat said that he would. He knows exactly what he would do. If Pat was manager, he'll get you lot back.
Exactly, I would. I'll get director of football in, so I'll get Ralph Ragnick in, and then I'll get Ten Hag in. Let them control and look after the transfers, and then we'd be all right. Daniel Levy needs to step away from full football, basically bits and bobs
related. Yeah.
And then we'd be all right. So
I would trust you, Pat, because you said if Kane leaves, you're leaving as well. So you're not going to land there. So
you think leave your Enoch are giving you man the funds to do this?
That's what I'm saying. But
this is what I'm saying.
I would have a meeting with Levy, and if he messes up, I'll just strangle him. Simple.
Man, your black ass will be out the door quickly. Listen black ass will be out the door quickly.
We might do a GoFundMe, yeah, because I can't see what direction this is going in. You understand? This just looks like this is a horrible piece of art right about now. You understand? Like the canvas
Big
is
West,
looking
I can direct you. I can tell you exactly where it's heading, yeah? You want to know? Relegation, my G. Relegation.
Wow. Imagine we just did her a favor today, and this is what she's coming.
I know she came in all thanking me before.
Lambs, you owe me a meal. Don't forget that. You owe me a meal.
Hey, Lambs, what are you drinking over there? What are you drinking?
It's Captain Morgan's rum and orange juice.
Oh, that's a mad mix.
It's mostly rum, I have to say. The orange juice is only to give the color, really and truly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're doing bits still. Yeah, there's a couple step overs down on over there. No, but on a serious level though, Sims. Like, right here now, man. Blood, they made my face go grey, you know. Can you see all of that blood? Yeah, they made my face go grey, brother. Like, I just can't with them. You understand? And you know, like, I've come on there and I've kept it 100, and you know, this man says, yeah, we need to be playing the Tottenham way, but even when you play the Tottenham way, it's a madness, bro. They can't work with a man that's still there. Sanchez, Winks, Aurier. You understand, like, bro?
Wesley. Stop it.
Do you reckon you're gonna have to step back and do the Poch way again?
Bro, wait. Sanchez, Dyer, Alderweireld, Danny Rose. Who else is still left in there? Oh, Regulon. Oh, it's a madness. All of that back 4, 5, whatever the fuck needs to go. Every single one of them, man, are not good enough. Every single one.
Lambs, I don't think that's Captain Morgan, you know. I don't think that's Captain Morgan. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know.
It's Ray and
Have you had some evidence? I'm just asking for a friend. Whatever wave you're on, I need to be on that wave after this still. Yeah.
Oh man, like,
but Lambs.
If I supported Spurs, I'd be in your position as well, yeah? But listen, yeah? You man are just dead. Accept it. Every single one of them.
Lambs, chill.
Chill. Harry Winks in the midfield. Oh my goodness gracious. No fucking wonder, yeah? No fucking wonder, yeah? Creativity in the midfield. Where, bro? Where?
Let's get a hold of her, please.
Lambs, you lot have got a Champions League final to play soon, man. If you lot lose that, you lot are coming for you.
After today,
about that. That's a week away.
They are coming for you, boy. They are coming for you. Look, we enter Ash. Ash, big up your status.
Yes, what's good?
Hope you're well. He's an Arsenal fan, people. He's an Arsenal fan. What would you lot have kind of finished strong towards the end of the season? Would you have liked to have finished above Spurs, Ash, and finished in the conference thing?
Yeah, man. Of course, I was pissed today, Sims, bro. Pissed. I ain't gonna lie. Let me down.
Thank you. At least as an Arsenal fan, keeping it real. All these, oh no, I didn't want to. Like, come on, be honest. At least Ash, I rate you. You're being honest.
Fair, the main thing was to laugh at you, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Your timeline's being peak, bro.
I know. Trust me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. The way these men are getting on to me, even when they weren't above us, I was like, if they finish above us, I'm gonna be finished. So there's no way I want it. You know.
Dash had you on the ropes. Dash made it look like that we finished above you, bro.
I know. Trust me. Yeah, it was mad.
and Coach Kojo, how would you sum up our season, United season? Because we haven't really talked about United at all today. Because we had Beaks on earlier. He said he's 2-piece and that. But how would you sum up our season, especially if we do win Europa League?
It can be called a good season, but I need us to be a lot more serious next season because there's been quite a lot of excuses this season regarding certain things. Credit to Ole for somehow pulling it back to second because we started the season off on a disaster thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and celebrate finishing behind any team. We finished second. So that's as far as it gets for me. But we need to win that final. Just like I think Patrick was saying earlier, and whoever said it, wherever every competition you're in, you aim to win it, innit? Now, we didn't start in the Europa League, but we got there. I was making jokes and stuff, we watching EastEnders. Truth be told, I actually did watch EastEnders instead for a little bit. But after that, we got further and I thought, all right, you know what? Let me get invested into this. Because I want my team to win trophies at the end of the day. I want us to win accolades. That's what counts. So we better win this game, but I ain't taking it lightly. I'm telling you this right now. I was getting at Ole because you 4 or 5 semi-finals and you took L's. You finally won this one. You won it convincingly. Oh, actually, I say convincingly. The second leg against Roma was a bit, but yeah, in the final, Villarreal ain't no joke. They smacked up Sevilla 4-0 last weekend. This weekend, they gave Real Madrid one hell of a game. Real Madrid beat them last minute. It's not easy. So you better come in there with Vim. And if you're not coming there with Vim, Danny Parejo is going to mess around with your whole midfield. Like, it's not going to be pretty. So that final will determine whether it's a okay season, because it's Champions League football again. But this year we're Champions League tourists anyway. So it's either it's good or it's okay. If it's good because you won the Europa League, then good. And then we go from there. So yeah, and we
questions
best.
every single Manchester United fan on the panel. That's you, Semps. That's you, Kojo. Guys. I'm just gonna level with you guys right now. Are you seriously not worried about the fact that your form has been so terrible? The last manager who's got you a trophy, yeah, they're sacked a week before their final, yeah, their Carabao Cup final, their trophy-winning final, yeah. They sacked the man who brought you your last trophy. Do you not agree, or do you not suspect, or are you not worried at least that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, having fumbled how many semi-finals now is it? What, 4? Are you not worried? Because I would be worried, especially the form coming into this final. Losing one of your key defenders, is he going to be back in time for the final? I don't know. Do you guys know? If he's not, that's a worry, in my opinion. I don't know why you guys are not more worried. Like Villarreal, like Unai Emery, he knows how to win this trophy. I think you guys should be worried.
That's why I was trying to give some respect to Villarreal, because I said they smacked up Sevilla and they gave Real Madrid one hell of a game. They're not a small team. They're a good team. They're a strong team, and they can deal with you. But the bonus on our side is, as bad as our defenders can be, their defenders are just as bad as well. So we got something that I will say that our attack is a lot more dangerous, and I think we should utilize that. So yeah, and that's for the Jose thing. I'll say this. I've been telling Tottenham fans throughout the whole season, you can criticize Jose all you want for certain things. I'm going to tell you this straight. That team was told they needed a rebuild by their previous manager. That team needs fixing from the goalkeeper all the way to the front line. And the front line is not a problem in terms of, like, yes, Kane, Son, and Rizia Van Bale, for example, are good. But your backups, your Mora, get past him. Your Bergwijns, get past him. And you go to the midfield. I'm not even convinced by Tanguy and Ndombele. I have to have a conversation about him, because I'm not a big fan of him, if I'm being honest. And I haven't been a big fan of him at Lyon either for, well, there's reasons. I won't get into it too deep. And as for the defense, only Jesus can save that defense, because right now it's a problem. So yeah, that's as far as I get with Tottenham. But I'm concerned. You're on mute, bro.
I just wanted to ask Big West that question there regarding Ndombele. What would your take on him be, West? Because he seemed to be playing well under Jose, and then he's been dropped since Ryan's come in. How would you assess his season?
I think he's had a decent season, to be fair. Like, bro, like, how I look at it, yeah? If you don't have a functioning system, how do you expect anybody to shine? It doesn't make no sense, innit? Like, we can pick holes out of things because, all right, we might not like that player's style of play, or they may have lost that game. But if you don't have a functional system that supports certain people in it, yeah, they're not going to look as hot as what they are, in it. So, for example, when Jose had Man United, yeah, Pogba was playing in a position that, it weren't really working for a minute. Do you understand? Now, Jose's come over to Tottenham. He's had Højbjerg and he's had Ndombele in there. If you saw at the beginning of the season, Ndombele was really playing the 10. It's only when he dropped back into the 2 just after Christmas that I'll say, you know what, his form wasn't the greatest, but then it wasn't bad. Yeah? And I firmly believe that a manager that has got some common sense, and knows how to utilize him in the right way. Bro, you got a baller there, bro.
But
you understand?
Do you know where I contest that? It's when we talk about him going back into a 2, he played that at his previous club. When we talk about him not doing as much defensive work, he had that cover behind him. Højbjerg did more defensive work than him. And as much as people hate to hear it, when we talk about players being a baller, yes, on the ball, he's technically he's excellent to watch. He can beat players with ease. But when you're talking about off the ball, people get frustrated about that. But the thing is, how many players in your team can actually keep possession of a ball well, bar him, maybe Højbjerg to an extent, and then your forward players? Not many.
But this is.
But hold on, let me land.
Like quick, you know.
Right. And wait, I understand what you man are saying about Jose. I'm not even trying to take Jose out of the equation. Jose has a lot to answer for.
You need to land. You need to land.
So you keep interrupting. This is why you might finish 7th.
Them shades there. Hurry up, land.
Let the guy land, man.
End of the day. Look, I have an issue with his off the ball thing. I'm not asking him to be a runner like part of the song. I'm asking him to be smart off the ball. His positioning needs to be a bit better. The way he reads the game off the ball needs to be a bit better. Because technically on the ball, he's fantastic. But as a team, you need to function in many different ways. And him being on the ball is not the be-all and end-all of how he contributes to our Tottenham team. So I'm not saying he's the biggest problem, because yes, Jose had many times when he didn't utilize him well, but there's also times when he was in a perfectly fine position and he just didn't perform. And I think we need to be calling up for that sometimes. Nothing wrong with telling a player that he's not performing to a good level when you expect him to be at a higher level. You mentioned Pogba. Pogba at times was playing fantastically well. First season under Jose, he enjoyed. Next season, not so much. Was Pogba playing for a little bit? A little bit. Jose could be a lot as well. End of the day, you got to call players out to be accountable for their performances. I don't think it was that. I think it was okay this season as well. But there's been a lot of performances where, quite frankly, he let himself down rather than Jose letting him down.
So have you landed? Have you got your luggage?
I'm denying Pogba's ability as well, because I think Jose Mourinho had a similar problem with Eden Hazard as well before he surely left Chelsea as well, and there's no denying Eden Hazard's potential and his ability.
Hazard came back fat.
I think it literally just became like a clash of like egos. Basically, it just couldn't work, and I think maybe a similar thing happened with Pogba as well. And Pogba just wasn't going to take it, and naturally so. I understand. And even in Ndombele, like I see potentials and glimpses of the fact that this guy is a quality midfielder, and under the right management, under the right guidance, this guy's ability is phenomenal. Honestly, I don't think he was going to find it under Jose, especially after him like shine him out from the team in his first year of arriving in the squad as well. And this was Ndombele's first season in the Spurs squad as well as a whole for the season as well. So that was obviously not great first impression as well. But I think there's no reason this guy couldn't shine under a top manager. The potential is unlimited. This boy is a baller. Ndombele, trust me, I would be happy to have him at Chelsea in a heartbeat.
Well said.
The managerial appointment will be interesting, because like you're gonna be going, and Ndombele is gonna be going through what now, a third manager in it, like effectively. So if you don't get it right this time round, it could easily affect him. And there's
bigger problems.
There is. That's what I'm saying. So
like, big and serious. And obviously, I know you're Arsenal, man. I don't even want to cut nobody still, but let me jump in real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see the maddest thing. Yeah, that man's talking about the front line. They're good at retaining the ball and this, that, the third and another. They're not. Yeah, because you see, like
I didn't say they
like
were.
Son,
I said to an extent, every now and then they could be.
No, but listen to what I'm saying to you. Yeah, see, like you got a man like Son. Yeah, he's brilliant. Like he can finish whatever. Yeah, he's not a man that's gonna pick a pass out. You know, he's not a man that's really bouncing the ball off of somebody and doing whatever. And then you look at like a Harry Kane, like all right, he's got the most assists and score goals, whatever. But I see him do foolishness all the time. Yeah, and then you got No Legs Bell. Yeah, that on his day or maybe against the Sheffield United, yeah, he's doing bits. Like he's giving us a good return. But when I look at Tottenham on a whole, yeah, and I say to myself, I'm Ndombele, and I'm passing the ball back to Davison, Sanchez, or to Sissoko, and it's rolling underneath their boot. Yeah, or I'm passing the ball to Harry Winks and he's passing it back to Hugo Lloris. I can't play in that. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't play in that. And no matter how anybody wants to break it down and say, oh, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. That's cool. But look at it like this. See, when Yaya Toure come over here to Man City, yeah, understand he never played defensive midfield, you know. Yeah, he played behind the two, innit? Do you understand? Yeah, and he done his bit. If Ndombele was to stay there for the majority of the season, I bet you any money you would have got even more rewards from where he was. But Jose decided to switch it up and do whatever he was doing. And I would say
took him to the park for fitness.
But Westy, using Yaya Toure as an example, a guy that is a phenomenal goal scoring midfielder who also played games at centre back.
He wasn't like that at Barcelona though.
He played centre back for Barcelona though and did his thing. This is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to say that Ndombele is a terrible player, and you use the example of other players doing foolishness. They do that. No one is exempt from this sort of criticism. I'm just saying for Tanguy, as a solo player, sometimes you just call a player out for not performing to a level, not all the time, but to a level that you expect on a more consistent basis. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Jose is not the reason that he's not really excelled. I'm just saying that sometimes you got to look at the player as himself and say, just like everybody else, because we'll talk about Dyer, we'll talk about this guy, that guy. Why not the star men? Man United fans do the same.
Dyer needs to go.
No, but from where he was, from where Ndombele was to where he is now, he's in a better position. Because last season it was looking a bit Memphis bleak. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. But then obviously the look who busted you coming, yeah, and whatnot, and he's not playing him. He wants to play Harry Winks and he wants to play Højbjerg. Yeah, because obviously, he wants to play his brethren or whatever. I do firmly believe that if we get a manager, yeah, that knows what they're doing tactically and whatever, and they play him, I would say behind whoever's going to be up front or within that three or just in that little, triangle midfield or whatever, you will see a better Ndombele. Now, one thing I will say, and I'm a big fan of his, yeah, if I'm honest with you, is tracking back, yeah, is diabolical. But the Premiership's not like League or whatever. You don't have time on the ball. Let's be honest, it's a basketball game. You don't really see a structure of football, maybe Man City at most, yeah, where they really play from the back through the midfield to the final third and whatever. Most teams, it's going forward quick, Yeah, let's just really have it right. And for someone like Tanguy Ndombele, that's not really the type of football that you need to play. If you put him in any other team, I kid you not, whether it's I'm gonna throw it at it, whether it's a Barcelona, a Juventus, or whatever, where the game is not so fast, but there's more build-up, you're gonna see a madness. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a sort of player that needs a good manager to really have his arm around him and really be able to get the best out of him, because at the moment it's almost like he lacks guidance. And I don't think like coming into Spurs with all these fitness problems as well helped, because it's almost like now
true.
As well as as good as a baller he is, he's obviously got that kind of dark cloud over him in terms of his fitness. But it's just going to be based on the appointment of the manager. What manager is going to be able to come in and really be like, all right, I want to utilize this player, because if he's not utilized, you ain't going to see nothing from him.
In that case, next season is a huge season for him, because if Spurs, I don't know what the right appointment is for Spurs. I'll say that first.
I don't think there is one. There isn't one.
This is what I was saying is like, are Spurs willing to go and backtrack and go through that whole Poch kind of rebuild again? Because if you're not,
I wanted to answer it earlier. I wanted to answer it earlier still, but
yeah. So that's what I was asking.
We were drinking rum and Red Bull, smoking blunts.
That was the question I was asked, is that because obviously, and I say it from an Arsenal fan as well, because obviously the situation with spending, we have problems with spending. So are you now looking, obviously knowing that you sacked Poch, but obviously Poch's situation was that he wanted to now bring the 5-year plan that he had, and now he wanted to build on that. Are you now looking at the situation that, look, we probably need to get a manager now that's going to be able to deal with the youth, be able to get them obscure players and build up and then go through that process again? And are you not ready for that process again?
Well, Digital Dash, that's what I'm going to call you right now, Digital Dash, yeah? right here now, if I'm honest with you, yeah, there's a couple things, and just hear me out before anybody tries to shut me down, because I'm going to land real quick, yeah? For us to go back through that process again, I would like, which I know is not going to happen, for Daniel Levy to actually come out and say, you know what, I got it wrong. Yeah? In sacking Pochettino. Yeah? That's one thing. Because for me, you just wasted like 14, 15 months on somebody that was meant to be the sure thing. Yeah, that was meant to bring you the trophies. Now you want to go back and rewind and you want to start that process again. But in order for you to start that process again, you're really going to need to get rid of those players that are there. Now, not everybody's going to go in one full heap. This is the problem. Yeah. So, okay, let's say for argument's sake, Harry Kane does go and say Harry Kane goes for 130 million. As a Tottenham fan, yeah, do I trust them spending that 130 million in the correct way? No, I don't. Yeah. Do I feel that, you know, they're actually going to identify the right players and in the right position that we need? No, I don't. So even to go back over through that process, if you've got like a Ten Hagen, or I'm hearing people saying Graham Potter and Parker and them man there, which I don't want. Yeah. If we was to go through that process again, as a fan, me personally, I don't know if I can watch. And that's just me being honest, because I'm looking at my club taking 10 steps back to even get to a level that Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City potentially can be even further in front. This is the sticky problem. So how are you really gonna bridge the gap? This is where we're at right now.
And this goes to Pat and West as Spurs fans, because actually you know this as us Arsenal fans. We went through all this stadium business, trying to recoup money, selling our best players in order to get the money in the bank and stuff like that. How are you expecting Spurs to be dealing with your stadium situation, with trying to earn the money that's needed and moving forward? Because it's tricky. Because I know that you're getting onto Levy and stuff, but you also got to be realistic to how the club is progressing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well,
it's difficult.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Dash? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Yeah, I can't see how your off-field business is better than your on-field business. Yeah, I'm just gonna have it right, because it's
quite hard. It's quite hard to balance the both, though. It is quite hard.
No. But hear what I'm saying, yeah. Because a man would say it's hard to balance the both, yeah, which I understand, and then we're gonna throw the coronavirus involved as well, yeah, just to make it make sense, yeah. So you built a stadium that potentially you want to see Champions League football. You want to have the biggest names playing in that stadium, yeah, right? You had Dynamo, Zagreb, and whatever playing there. Cool, no problem. They're not really a big team. Yeah, you got knocked out by them. Yeah. Then what's happened? You've also put in coronavirus where there ain't no fans going in to the stadium. Yeah. But even if fans were going in there, you're charging them arm and a leg, whatever. You got the biggest club shop and whatever. For what reason, I do not know. All of these things, and that's just a small part of it. All of these things that you accumulate is meant to have been making some form of money to invest back into the squad, yeah? Right? But my thing is, a man talks about, okay, Daniel Levy is a good businessman off the field. Yes, he is. I never dispute that, because every week Tottenham has got to deal with Deluxe or with, I don't know, Jacob's Biscuits or some foolishness like that. Yeah, they've always got these things. But when it comes to a manager that is managing Tottenham, and we can go all the way back to like a Harry Redknapp, and we're in a position for us to do better than what we're doing, for some reason, yeah, the chairman always pulls the plug out. So your phone's charging halfway in it. You know, you're going out to a dance and you want it on 100% because you want to Snapchat and you want to Instagram and whatever. But your battery's only loaded up 30%. But man's are ready to go in it. Yeah? Daniel Levy has pulled out the plug because when Harry was full and he wanted to get, you know, someone substantial, he ended up getting Ryan Nelson and Saha. Yeah? When Pochettino's telling you to be brave and act like a big team and whatever, we go through that season, we don't sign nobody. Yes, we got the Champions League final. Sissoko done a madness, cool, whatever. Yeah? Then you get rid of that guy, you get in a man that's a sure thing. The man says to you, yo, do you know, I want some defenders. I want Skriniar and I want Diaz. You come back with Roden.
But you see, sorry to cut you off. You see what you like expecting. You have to be realistic with it. The only way you can reach that is by selling your best players.
Sorry to interject. We need to hear from Ash. Ash, what would you say? Would you agree with what West is saying? Do Spurs have a reason, or Spurs fans have a reason to feel aggrieved with how things are run there.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, definitely. I think it all stems from Poch, from how they treated him. Like the 80-month period, should have backed him, and it's going to be tough to find someone like him again. Real talk. All the names in the mix now, Potters, the other fella who you are mentioning, I can't pronounce his name. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think, yeah, you're backwards. You've gone backwards. The thing is, it's all about recruitment. You see it with Liverpool. Like, obviously, they had Klopp there, but if any of, like, I think Arsenal, Tottenham had that recruitment in buying your Mane's, you know, all the best players from the weaker teams, then we'd be in the same spot. It's just Arsenal's recruitment's been awful. Spurs has been awful. And to boot, yeah, unless you get the management appointment right, then that's going to be a problem. And I think, yeah, with Arsenal and Spurs, we're both in shit scenarios. I just feel like with Arsenal, potentially, Arteta, yeah, I don't know. We've obviously had him there now a year. I still have faith that he could be the guy. So, but Spurs are at a point now where they're starting from scratch, really.
Gotta keep muting and unmuting bloody mutes. But anyway, you were saying that you think Arteta's gonna be the guy. The guy to do what exactly?
I don't know. I just don't know if it's him. You know, like as in, you know, the table don't lie. But looking at the facts, we're actually 6 points off fourth. That's how we've ended this season. From Christmas, I think we was second in the league from the last 24 games, actually, which is almost 2/3. So, you know, November, December, terrible.
Oh, his internet is booky. He's gone. He's gone.
Man, that's annoying. I was waiting for him to land on that as well because it was quite interesting.
Kojo, oh, he's back. He's back. He's back.
There you go.
He's back. Oh, kind of. Is he back or is he not back?
Ash, are you on dial-up? Is he on dial-up?
He might be on dial-up, you know.
The old Atari.
Ash, you're on mute. Ash, you're on mute.
Unmute your mic, Ash. Ash, you need to unmute your mic. Jesus. Kojo, I wanted to hear from you then. Kojo, unmute your mic as well, please, sir. What do you think there about Arteta? Do you think that, because he just said 6 points off fourth, do you think that is something to look at, the points, or is it deeper than that?
It's still a little bit more deeper than that, because they can be 6 points off, but the idea is, again, what are they going to do in the market? The squad needs investing. Now, you know, Weston made a good point, and it's the same for every club. If you are looking for your club to make changes, you're not going to be able to make 10 transfers out and maybe 11 in one window. It's impossible. So it's about Arteta moving smart in the window. I actually thought he moved kind of smart in the last transfer window, if I'm being honest. If you look at the names like Partey, for example, coming in, when he's come from Atletico Madrid, you think it's a good signing. Obviously, it hasn't worked out fantastically so far, but who's to say he won't kick on next season? So the idea, I think the ideas are there in terms of the level of signing that he wants to bring in. Sometimes it's the application from himself in terms of his selection choices, his tactical substitutions, and again, also his transfer windows record is also 50-50 because on the other hand, Willian has come in, Cedric came in on a loan, then made permanent, and even though he's done okay, that's not the level that they want to get to when it comes to getting higher. So could he be the guy? This window says a lot. I don't know how much he's being backed. I don't want to really go onto his neck too tough because obviously Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans, Man United fans are all protesting because they all know that their ownership don't back managers. The ownership screw over managers. The ownership don't do what they need to back their club to get them even higher. And they're three clubs with potential. Arsenal, no matter what, still have the potential to get better. Spurs have been in a position twice, as Wes said, with Redknapp and Pochettino to get better, and it didn't work. Man United have been in positions where they could have improved, and it wasn't worked. Mourinho got second place. It was told that Smalling and the other one that don't play no more is as good as Alderweireld. That's the point, you know. So for Arsenal, being 6 points off does look impressive, but the fact is they finished 8th. The fact is they still got a lot of improvement to do with the team, because the teams above them probably will improve, especially someone like Chelsea. And Leicester have really started to improve. They added the top midfielder to Emirates already. So that's where I stand with Arsenal. If Arsenal gonna improve next season, the transfer window needs to be very smart, and Arteta needs to apply his teams better from the beginning, not from January.
You see, the thing I would say, can I interrupt? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Sems, you're still on mute, by the way.
You're on mute, Sems.
Yeah, no, I would say, the thing I would say, I thought we started the season half decent. Like I said, November, December went bad. I don't think the way the Aubameyang thing turned out for us this season, it don't get talked up enough, I don't think. I know it's one player, but, you know, losing his goals this season was massive. And, you know, I don't necessarily blame him. I don't know what his personal problems were. I know he's going through a lot of stuff, but...
Do you not think that's a bit of an Arteta problem? Do you not think that's a bit of an Arteta problem? The Aubameyang goals.
What, if he's got personal problems? No, he had personal problems, didn't he? He had something to do with his mum. I think, like, the thing is, every player will adjust differently, won't they? To personal, like David Silva, his kid was in hospital. Man was playing like it was nothing. Other players, they're human beings. At the end of the day, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel it's a bit weird how Marman's come off the ball. He was stats-wise as good as Kane for 2-3 years, right? I think his stats were better than when he entered the league compared to Kane's in those 2-3 years. And then this season, man's just dropped off like that. And he was playing well under Arteta, though. Towards the end of last season, like, we won the FA Cup. He single-handedly, he made him captain, I think. Their relationship was cool. I don't really think it's an Arteta and Aubameyang issue. I think it was more that he fell off the boil. Then during November, December, he still played him because obviously you're relying on this guy. He scored all these goals for you. You're thinking, you know what? Keep with him. And then it was the Chelsea game, wasn't it? Like, that's where everything changed for us. He went with Martinelli, Saka, Smith Rowe, and then things turned around. So,
you know what it is, Ash? I think we went through a situation with Aubameyang where he needed to be rested. He didn't get that rest. Where he was struggling. Sometimes, as an experienced manager, you got to be like, as much as he could be your talisman and stuff, I think we could have pulled him earlier. Yeah, and so he put him through a patch.
But the thing is, as well, it's hard because Aubameyang is our only, you would say, on paper, world-class player. Yeah. So when you're losing games, are you really going to pull him? Do you see what I mean?
You're not. Especially if you're inexperienced as well. You want your best guy on the pitch, so it's a tough situation.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it looks good. I don't know. I know I got cut, but I know, like I said, I think I said we've been second since from 24 games this season. I didn't even believe that. That's kind of mad.
So you would think that Arteta is the man to get you back in the mix based on the second half of the season performance from him?
You know what, Sims? I don't know. I'll be straight with you. I'm not like Arteta pro in, but I'm not out either because I don't know whether it's him. I know there's so much problems at Arsenal, from recruitment to all the dead guys that we've now started to get rid of, all them dead centre-halves we had. Mustafi got buoyed off to Germany. Kolasinac, all these guys, Ozil on the wage bill, all of these things affect things, you know. So he's had all these issues to deal with. I think, you know, it could have, if he didn't turn it around towards the end of this season and we did end up finishing like 12th, 13th, then you know what, yeah, enough's enough. But he's learning on the job as well. It's his first job. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference as well. It's his first job.
This is what I was saying to Ash as well. I think, like, with Arteta coming to Arsenal, it wasn't just a case where he's just come and he's taken over a team that's flying. You know what I mean? He's coming to a team now having, as an inexperienced manager, having to come and then deal with the getting rid of the dead wood, trying to get the team to, you know, understand his philosophy, trying to now, you know, for the whole club to understand what Arteta's about, and then to try and then push on as a real good manager, or showing his capability as a good manager. In patches, he's shown that he's got it, but the whole season in a whole, you have to perform. You can't be inconsistent if you're trying to reach for like major honors and stuff like that. And yes, from January on to the end of the season, we've done well form-wise. Towards the latter stage of the season as well, I reckon a lot of teams have dropped off anyway, whether it be like lead positions or like, they've already accomplished their goals. And then we're still trying to push on. So the biggest test will be next season to see, all right, cool, where we initially flopped, can we now rectify that? And he's admitted himself. He said he's made a load of mistakes. But we know that in the English league, man, you can't be affording no mistakes. So you really need to be performing from the get-go.
Yeah, man, I hear that. Okay, wicked. We're going to wrap up soon. Just one last thing, just to get Pat back in. Pat, your thoughts on Ndombele, and then we'll close out, because I was interested to hear what your thoughts are on Ndombele actually, and then we'll close off.
I think he's had a decent season. I don't think he set the world alight. I know there's a talented player in there. I question his application in certain circumstances, because he's been through 3 managers, so to speak. So I know it's going to be difficult for him. He had Poch, who signed him. Then he had Jose Mourinho. It's like chalk and cheese. And then obviously he's had Ryan Mason. So, he's had to adapt to a new country, a new language, new players, etc., etc. But we can see the guy's got talent in abundance. But sometimes I question his application, because I see sometimes on the pitch he's not really giving us all. We can all say he's talented, he's this, he's that. But if we're just being honest, just looking at him, you can see sometimes he's in a huff and a puff if something doesn't work out. He's not tracking back. He's not tracking his runner. Just the things that you would like anyone else to do. Because if the guy wasn't as talented as he was, we wouldn't give him a free pass. When Harry Winks doesn't do the basics, we get onto him. When Ndombele doesn't do the basics, because it's Ndombele and he's talented, but it's this, it's that. Just keep it real, innit? Keep it 100. So I think he's a great player. Has he been fantastic for us? No. Has he given us all? No. I need to really judge him when we have a solid manager in. But he's been okay. Do you know what I mean? He's been okay. That's pretty much what I'd say. He's been okay. He's not set the world alight, but you can see in glimpses he's got talent in abundance. I'd like to see better from him next year. And then that's it, really. Sorry, what was the other question, Semps? You said there was a 2-part question. You're on mute. Sorry, you're on mute again, Semps.
Thing. I have to keep muting because there's so much feedback.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
But no, that was it, man. That was it. It was just to hear your views on Ndombele, and then we were just gonna close out because it's getting to 10:30 now.
Yeah.
Dash wanted to say something. Go on, Dash.
No. If I start on the Kane business, it will take us another probably half an hour here. But it was just a quick one in regards to how they're feeling about if he left and where they would finish next season. But
well, boy, look, we got the 2 Spurs man here. Let's ask the Spurs man.
Well, Pat, you want to go first?
Let me quickly chip in. It's a to say where we'd finish next season. Who knows? It depends who we get in. Kane has been so monumentous to Spurs over the years, and he pretty much chips in with so many of our goals and assists. So if we lose someone like Harry Kane, it's going to hurt us. Of course it is. He's one of the best players in the world. That's evident. The guy, and the thing is, it's so funny because in one of the WhatsApp groups, I said he had a fantastic season because he won the Golden Boot and he was the playmaker of the year in terms of winning the assist award. And people tried to laugh at me for saying he had a good season. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're laughing at. The guy's had a fantastic season. Even if Spurs finished 7th, 8th, 9th, individually, you can see what Kane brings to a team. So if we lose him, of course, we're going to suffer. Depends who we bring in, what our recruitment is and what direction we have going forward. So I don't know really. We're in a bit of a tricky situation where there's a lot of unanswered questions right now. This is Daniel Levy's probably his biggest summer in his history at Spurs. The fans are clearly not on side with him anymore. I've always been Levy out from the beginning. Even when we signed all the players we did, the stadium was being built. I could see through all the bullshit. And a lot of people used to imagine I used to fight with so many Tottenham fans, and now they're all where I was. And it's almost like I told you so. But I don't want to be that guy that's always said like I told you so. I don't want to be the arsehole. But to be fair, even without sounding like I was right. Do you know what I mean? Now they're seeing what I saw years ago. But anyway, that's another story for another chapter. But yeah, we've got so much to do. If we lose Kane, it's going to be massive, depending who we bring in. Of course, I don't see at the moment, I'm going to see us struggling to get in the top 6. But it just depends what happens in the summer and if we recruit smartly. It's going to be a shame. Does Kane want to leave? I believe he does. Will Kane leave? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's going to take a massive bid to get him with 3 years on his contract. After the season that he's had and how good he is, it's going to take a lot for a guy, for a team to get him. So, you know, if Man City are serious and they put the money up, or even Man United, those two are probably the front runners for me. But it depends how much they want him right now. That's pretty much it, really. So it's going to be huge. Big summer ahead. Kane definitely, in my opinion, wants to leave. He's put it out there, but he's also in the other said, if I don't go, show me that you're serious. Show me that you want to match my ambition and you want to build a team around me. So the ball is in Daniel Levy's court, and it's up to him to see what he does next.
Well, I'm gonna chip in quickly, Semps, yeah, on that one. If I'm honest with you, I feel Tottenham have failed Harry Kane in a big way, personally.
100.
Yeah, if I'm honest with you, because it's not every day you get a 20-odd goal a season striker at any team in the world. Yeah, over 7 seasons. You understand what I mean? And I think Tottenham had enough time, if I'm honest with you, to build a team. Yeah, to build. No, we don't want that one. Yeah, Tottenham had enough time to build a team around Harry Kane with the adequate cover and whatnot. I mean, would I be sad to see him go? No, not really.
What? No. Sorry, Wes. As a Tottenham fan, yeah. So Harry Kane is a generational talent. It's not often that you see an academy graduate come through who's as good as a. We didn't buy Harry Kane. He came through our ranks.
You're right.
So how can you say you wouldn't be happy to see him go? Look what the guy's done for us and how good he is as a player.
The reason why I say this, though, Pat, yeah, on a level, yeah, I don't know what more he can do for Tottenham.
I hear that.
You understand that's where I'm really coming.
But also, at the same time, look what he means to us, and look what he means to the fans, and look what he's done for the team. So
he means a lot. But if you don't have your house in order, yeah, if you're check it like this, you got a missus, yeah, and she's telling you to fix up on certain things, and you don't fix up on them things, she's gonna bounce, you know, bro. But if she goes and gets to the man, yeah, that you thought that weren't really on nothing, and now he's on something, you're gonna say, nah, like what on? But you had her at your disposal, bro. You understand? So that's how I hear that with Harry Kane. Like we've had him at our disposal, and this is why I say Tottenham's failed him. Like bro, if I could have kept all the players that we had over the years, then I would, innit? Yeah,
and Wes, this is why I've been Levy out for the longest. This is why I've been Levy out.
Me too.
Me stadium and this and that, and Semps will know. Semps will back me to the hills come on. I've been on this Levy out thing for so long. Now there's thousands of people that feel that. Kojo, stop. Kojo, I'm trying to be serious.
Kojo's taking the mic, you know.
Pat, do you know what is in Levy? Yeah, I'll tell you what is in Levy, yeah?
Kojo's killing me, man. Sorry, Wes, go ahead. Sorry.
The thing with Levy is good at being a sheep in wolf clothing.
Yeah.
That's what Levy is, because what it is, Levy's a man like this now. He's going to turn around and say to you that he hasn't failed Tottenham because we moved from a 35,000 seater stadium to a 63,000 stadium, and whatever. Yeah, we've also got one of the best training grounds and whatever. Yeah? This is how Levy will paint the picture. Yeah. But remember what I said earlier on? His business off the field is better than his business on the field.
Exactly that.
Yeah, and my thing is, the whole project is what goes on the field, isn't it? So if you don't really get that right, how do you expect them to generate the most money for a brand? Yeah, i.e. Tottenham, they're trying to make them a super mega brand and whatever. If it's not right on the pitch, how do you expect to sell that brand? Like, think about it. We've been in this stadium now for nearly 3 years. We don't have a name for it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I think Daniel Levy has failed us from a footballing standpoint. And that's why I keep saying we need a director of football. So we need, obviously, you've got Levy here, then you've got the DOF, the director of football, your Ralph Ragnicks, or your Paul Mitchells, or whoever you got. And then you got the manager. The director of football needs to come in, assess, talent, be a scout, get rid of all the deadwood, tell the manager who they can sign, who they can't sign, tell Levy to back off and let me do my job, etc., etc. And then we push on, because right now it's the same old same. And I agree with you, Wes. You said it before. No matter who we get, it could be, you know, it could be my mom, it could be your mom, it could be Brendan Rodgers, it could be Graham Potter, it could be whoever, Ten Hag. Unless things change structurally, internally, it's going to be the same old same, man. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be the same 18-month cycle, and then we go again.
And this is it. And one last thing, Sense, yeah, before, because I know you want to wrap up, yeah. I think when I look at other clubs, and Liverpool sold Coutinho, Leicester have sold like Maguire, Chilwell, Mahrez, Kante, whatever, yeah. Tottenham always have this thing about holding on to players, innit? Yeah, like Lamella, freaking. Who else is still there? Like Dyer. We hold on to these players and whatnot instead of trying to get rid of them at a time where we could have got a value for money. When we got them, sold them for value for money, and then obviously the likes of Harry Kane and that, you wouldn't have to worry about them going in it, because those men that you got rid of, the dead wood, could have added to getting, I don't know, a Ruben Diaz or a Skriniar or whoever you was interested in. Do you know what I mean? But unfortunately, you know, he's put it out there that he wants to leave. He's given Tottenham a good service. You know, I don't know what more he can do. Like, this season proved for me that he's one of the hottest in the world. Yeah, forget the league. He's one of the hottest in the world. And are we going to be able to cover those goals if he goes to a different team like Man United or Man City? I'm not too sure. So, as Pat said, it's a very, very, very big summer for Daniel Levy. But then I also think that Daniel Levy is going to pull his same strokes again. He's going to make us believe that, yeah, he's going to be on something, and he's going to fail us again. I don't really have no hope in this guy, you know, but I want to be proven wrong. And we see what happens after the Euros, what's really going on. But that what fucking Kojo was putting up 100 mil for Martial, 130 mil in the Holy Bible. Keep that, my brother. Keep that. You know, that's what I got to say, you know.
Wicked, gentlemen. I have to thank you all for joining. I have to thank everybody else that came before for joining. Thank you all in the comments for joining. Big up. It's been a wicked season, man. It's been entertaining, twists, turns, up, downs, left, rights. You know, if I was to come over to you, Dash, to just sign out and just give your final thoughts and words on the season, what it's been for you, and yeah, just sign out for us, please.
First and foremost, thank you very much, Sems. Thank you very much, Pat, for just continuously sending us and bringing us this wonderful content. If you lot have obviously just jumped on for the first time, this is what it's all about, man. Views, everyone's a pundit. I'm always honored to be here. My name is Dashiki Dash. I got my own YouTube show. It's called A Dash of Sports. If I give you all like trending stories and hot topics and just like sports content, so just go and check it out there. And yeah, every once in a while I'm up on here as well, so you can see me here as well. So yeah, man, peace.
Wicked. Enough love there, Dash. Everybody go and follow A Dash of Sports, man. He's always coming up with the great content as well, not just football but other things, other sports, boxing and all of the third. So we'll come over to you now, Coach Kojo. Please let them know where they can find you and give us your final thoughts on the season.
I'll go final thoughts. It's been a fun season for everyone. I think even through the stress, I think everyone's kind of enjoyed watching everybody else do their thing. And hopefully next season we don't see City or Liverpool win anything. Bun them too close over there. Other than that, shout out YouTube as well, because your platform's excellent. And shout out to the guests as well, because the content is not always the same without the guests doing their thing as well. And thank you for allowing me onto your platform every time. Free Midfield Podcast on YouTube, Free Midfield, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. And obviously, Usman Talks United platform, Marvel Fan Podcast every Monday, and the Kojo Show on Wednesdays, where my brother Sems hopefully will be joining me, and we can do a little preview just before the game kicks off, where hopefully we're celebrating. And if we're not celebrating by the end of the night, don't try and find me next Wednesday, innit? That's what happens.
And shout out to yourself, man. You got your own show there now, the Kojo Show on Usman's channels. Big stuff. And yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, as I've said on my tweets and said to you personally today, Kojo. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. But another person who I didn't know before this season is my main man over there, Big West. Big up your status, Big West. What's your final thoughts on the season and also Sign? I know you're not really a social media man anyway, but yeah, what's your final words, bro?
Boy, sense, man. I just got to give thanks, you know, and strength and guidance for allowing me on it to express my views and stuff like that. You understand, you know? And obviously, you man are doing great things always. Like I can't even knock the hustle. You understand? I rate it 100. You know, everybody's got their own views. There ain't no bad mind people coming on, or you know, there ain't no beef. But on the season, you know what? Footballing wise, I think it's been a good season with no fans, and hopefully next season the fans back. You know, it's gonna be more interesting, man. But yeah, I don't really do the socials. But if anybody wants to follow me, it's West_Boston_George. You know, you might see a little bit of lifestyle in there. You know, everything's set already.
Flexing, swag.
But listen.
Big Westy is, he's humble, but he's a drippy guy. Trust me. On his social, he's just dripped out. Follow him for all the fashion latest. He's got everything.
Oh, you lot are killing me. But yeah, man, as I said, like big up views. Everybody that's locked in YouTube, Twitter, you know, like repost it, send it onto family, cousin, brother, mother, everything, man. Because these men are onto something still. Yeah, and blessings always.
Big up. And Boods, I've known you for a very long time, so nothing new this season. What's your final words on this season, man? Hopefully your internet's okay, then you can say your thing.
I'm muted. Yo, can you hear me? Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Nah, Sebs, bro, my brother. Blessed for having me on, man. Yeah, no, the show's wicked, man. I'm telling you, enough people, especially during these times and that. No fans. The show's given jokes, bro. Trust me. In the comments, when I've been on, always had a laugh. And yeah, just keep going, man. All of you guys, you've got your platforms and that. I tune into pretty much all of you on here. So yeah, like I said, keep going, man. Stay positive. And yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm not really on too much on the social thing. I'm there as, again, couple jokes here and there. Catch me on Boots49 on Insta. And yeah, man, look forward to coming on again.
Boots, you're quite humble, to be fair, because your TikTok is doing bits. Like, tell us about your TikTok.
Yeah, so that's just it's doing all right still. Yeah, so I'll put it in the comments still. I don't. My thing's what is it? Boots Bands on TikTok. If anyone's on there. Yeah, I'm on there. Not doing dancing or nothing like that. That's why I don't like selling it. It's not even like that. It's like a football thing, isn't it? Strictly football banter. You won't see
Ash,
me
just
singing and minding and all
sell
that
it for what it is, Ash. Don't be humble. Sell it for what it is, man.
Listen, Ash is getting
banter thing, man.
Ash is getting millions of views. He's getting millions of views on his actual posts. So he's creating posts with funny clips and funny comments and bits and bobs, and he's getting millions of hits, millions of likes. So his page is sick, and it's definitely worth checking out. He's a humble guy, so he doesn't want to big himself up. So that's why we're gonna do it for him.
Love Pat. Bless.
Big up, Pat. Big up, man. Big up. And I think that's everybody apart from Mr. Patrick Tyrant.
Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic season in terms of the people I've met, in terms of all of you guys. We've been pushing the channel, pushing the content. It's been quite nice as well. I've had quite a few people reach out to me personally and send me gifts and bits and bobs. So shout out to Surprise Football shirts, shout out to Undercover Kits. Yeah, we've been just pushing the channel and trying to get out there, and through social media we've been able to meet Everton fans, Chelsea fans, Leicester fans, all of you guys. So it's been fantastic. So yeah, I'm Patrick Tyrant. I'm on Views TV Official as well, as you know, and I look forward to working with everyone and for everyone to tune in to us next year.
Wicked. I just checking to see if I was on mute still. But yeah, man, thank you very much. This has gone on a lot longer than I thought it would. But that's what happens when football talk starts and you start bringing up Harry Kane and all of them thing there right at the end when we're trying to close off and all of that. Yeah, as I said, man. I know. But as I said, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you all on this platform. You guys are always supporting the channel, always supporting the thing. And without getting too soppy, just let you know that I appreciate every single one of you, man. I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you very much. Joe Swash in the comments, Masaka in the comments, Dan United TV. You know, you lot are riders for me, man. I appreciate you all as well. You lot always here every single week in the comments, man. So thank you very much. Everybody's got a little tear in that. But we go again next season. We go again next season.
No, sir. We're going again in the summer, B.
Let's go.
You're going again in the summer, B. You better be doing something for the Euros, B.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I was just chatting to my brethren today. Yeah, man, gonna be doing something for the Euros. Definitely, we're gonna keep the content going. Right, true. Definitely,
everyone
have
pick
to
a
do
team.
something for the Euros.
Everyone pick a team.
But this was Everyone's a Pundit, episode 75. These were my pundits. Until next season, we are out. Peace.
Yeah, man.